Okay. So yes, the two middle-aged women are on the other side of the room, both kind of standing behind some of the large pots and one of the biggest, like the big kind of makeshift table. Now, which two of you was it that noticed, let's see, I think it was...
Douglas and Seth, right? Unless I'm mistaken.
Douglas?
Me.
And...
See, my perception's 18.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Snugs is 15.
I didn't think it was me.
Wait, was there... I'm just looking at the last roll.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. It was the perception check.
Well, I mean, Douglas and Seth was 11 and 6 respectively. So yeah, it was Jane and Snugs.
Oh, was it? I didn't think it was me.
You rolled a 15.
I got a 23. What do you mean?
Yeah, just below that, you rolled an 11. Your 23 was from...
That was from the roll before.
Yeah, no, that's for the dog. Yeah.
Oh, the dog.
Oh, so maybe...
Oh, okay. So yeah,
cut.
it was Jane, and so that's right. So Octavius noticed the bones, but it was Gemma that noticed that they were humanoid bones.
Okay.
Specifically, that's right. Okay.
Makes sense.
So.
Okay, got it.
Now.
We're not on the map, just FYI.
Nope. I'm about popping you over now.
Okay. Sure, you need.
Chill.
So we noticed.
Well, I don't know how to act if I don't know what's in the room.
Clearly.
Use your imagination.
Then he's gonna have to talk a lot more because I need descriptions.
I'm back.
Right. Okay. And it is on the first floor, and it'll be the one that you can see.
Yep.
Oh, dear.
Okay. Alrighty. Yeah. Well, let me just do this. So when you first come in, you notice that.
Okay.
And then,
okay. Sorry.
Strangely enough, you kind of blink. And after you've blinked, they're not there anymore. In fact, the floor seems quite clean, as if recently swept. It's still a little chaotic, but as you kind of glance around, it doesn't seem quite as in disarray as it was when you first walked in. And everybody will see that, by the way.
I'm gonna lean over to Octavius and as quietly as I can. Actually, no, because I can do this. I'm gonna pull a purple strand out of my head.
There we go. There it is.
Hand it to Octavius, and it says, "Please distract them. I'm going to cast a spell to detect magic."
Okay.
They don't want them to see me.
Okay. So that's what you're going to do this turn. Is anybody else wanting to do anything this turn?
Can I do something this turn?
If you're in the room, yeah, you can tell me what you want to do.
Okay.
So she basically is casting her spell.
Yeah.
Which takes, it takes an action. So that's Jane's turn, basically.
Okay,
but she can whisper to you as a free action, so...
Okay, I'm going to... and run, like, back here. Try to get behind him.
Then we're going to need initiative rolls.
Oh, okay. I'm not trying to attack anybody.
No, but you will need initiative rolls. If you're actually going to do something that might infer some kind of reaction, then I'll need everybody to give me initiative.
Okay.
Alright, then.
So I roll.
We got Seth on a 10.
Oh,
Wait, I get to roll twice.
Yeah,
it was good, and then it wasn't good.
So it's a 12.
Seth on a 12. Okay, Snug. So we've got Octavius is on a 10. Douglas is on a 13.
Yes, run to the child murdering cannibals.
Gemma is on a 12.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't know there's bones, so...
I'm afraid of these old hags.
Trip
Plus,
is on an 8.
That's not quite what I'm going to do.
Alright, so I need to roll their initiatives. Which are there? Okay. And they are going there. Okay, so we know what Gemma's going to do. Douglas, why don't you tell me what you're going to do?
So, where did I see the bones that then
Just kind of
disappeared?
scattered around on the floor, kind of loosely. But as I said, then you kind of like blinked and they're just not there anymore.
Okay. I think Douglas. Ooh, what's he gonna do? I'm just gonna kind of step over here, looking a little like. I'm just kind of looking around to see what's in the room, but I'm posting up to basically get in position, like right here by this little corner.
All right, so you kind of get over next to the big kind of stove.
Yeah, and I'm kind of starting to like pull back a little bit just to be on the ready side. But
all right, what is
fully.
Seth going to do?
Seth is absolutely oblivious to all this, so he's going to walk forward with his hand outstretched. And I'm gonna be
So you're actually going to motion towards them.
yeah, but with
Okay,
my hands,
then,
like in a greeting gesture.
All right, well, you
know?
won't get that far yet. But I just
Jesus.
need to know what you're doing. They have the initiative. They're just holding their action based on what you guys do. So if any of you do certain things, they're going to do something. So that's why I need to know what everybody's intentions
I'm walking
are.
towards him with my arm outstretched, and I'm saying, Seth Mildwood, big fan, as I walk towards him.
Okay. So we know Gemma's casting her spell. What is Octavius planning to do?
So I was going to run.
And you were going to try to run by over here, right?
I was going to run in this direction,
Okay.
and then I was going to trip on one of the baskets and say, oops, and try to, like, wipe out and cause a big mess.
Okay. And what is Trip's plan?
Probably just going to try and support Seth as he's walking forward.
All right.
If something goes down, I have a spell I would want to drop.
Okay, so playing this out with your initiatives then, so Douglas, you sidestep. They kind of like watch you sidestep. Seth slowly begins to walk forward at the same time Gemma begins to spellcast. As soon as that happens, this one says, "Oh, I dropped something, dearie!" and leans down like by the table. And pretty much disappears from view, like probably went under the table or whatever. The other one, however, as Seth starts to walk directly forward, she is going to kind of like yell loudly when she sees Jane start to do stuff. She's like, "Oh, we'll have no witchery here!" And from her hand, a black beam of like enervating energy comes shooting out and pretty much is going to splat Seth right in the chest.
Oh, why me?
You need to make a Constitution save. DC 14.
Oh, you got this.
I mean, I have the best chance.
14, you got it.
Oh man, I can't really cut words on that. And this is a surprise to me. It's the form, but I don't think I can do a
Nice.
reaction.
Okay, yeah, I did.
Crushed.
There we go.
don't think I can use
24.
it.
How did you get a 24?
Because I have proficiency.
He rolled a 19.
Oh,
plus
okay.
5.
Sorry, I thought I was looking at the roll above. I was like, holy crap. Alright, yep. So you shrugged that off.
Well, what do I shrug off exactly?
Whatever
You'll
hit
never
you
know.
kind of made you
Doesn't-
feel somewhat weird and strange, but
Not that
didn't do
good.
anything.
So I'm gonna stop in my tracks and look down and be like,
Oh, you know what? Actually, let me change that, because
But
that's not quite how this works. That was my fault. And it's +6. Okay. First of all, I got to do a ranged spell attack.
No. But I rolled so well.
17.
Yeah, that hits me. Yeah,
Okay.
that hits me.
Alright, so basically, at the end of each of your turns, you can make a Constitution save. So we will count that for the start of your next of your turn.
Alright.
Which happens at the end of each of your turns. So it won't apply for this turn, but it will instantly apply at the beginning of the next one. Okay, with that being said then, Gemma's spell goes off. Seth, you can walk forward as you planned.
Yeah, I'd probably stop around here once it hit me. You know?
Okay.
Thank you for the raid.
We're getting raided?
You rated? Nice.
We are! Jordan, CFJD, thank you for coming and visiting us with 8 friends.
Whoa.
Appreciate you. Take your
Awesome,
pants
thank you
off
so
and
much.
hit the height.
Welcome.
Alrighty. Boom. Thank you guys. Welcome to the show. Octavius.
Yes.
So you can now do whatever it was you were planning on doing. So,
well, I mean, if I see it all go awry,
I mean, obviously, D&D being what it is, you go in initiative order, but everything kind of more or less. So, you'd probably start going in that direction, but you could certainly change what you want to do.
okay, yeah, I think I'd get
mid-drift.
Sure. I'd get past.
Yeah, I mean, as you're running over there, you'll suddenly see her hold out a hand and something hits Seth in the chest. But it doesn't really seem to do anything to him.
Really confused.
Okay, then I would continue my run and just go up to her again, no weapons drawn,
Okay.
and just walk up and look up to her once I get right up to her knee, and be like, "What have you done to my uncle?"
Okay. And Trip, seeing all of the things that have happened, do you wish to do anything?
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that this means ill. I never trusted them to begin with, and I'm going to drop a spell. I was going to drop Bane, but that implies I can see them, I believe. Let me double check that. To 3 creatures of her choice that you can see within range. Since she ducked down, I wouldn't be able to hit her with it. So instead, I would drop Fairy Fire just to get them glowing if I can.
Okay, pop it up.
Yep. Go ahead and cast that spell. Save success does have an effect. They can DC 15 dex to avoid the spell.
Okay,
Something I can do.
then she will attempt to do so.
Yep. And it's an area, so it would hit anyone in that range, whether or not I can see them.
Yep. Alrighty. So we are looking at... And then it is a dex save.
No, yeah, no effect referring. It doesn't affect them. I assume old ladies aren't going to bend over backwards to dodge this stuff.
No. Okay, first roll.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah.
She bent over backwards to dodge that.
Yeah, fairly. She kind of did the upper torso twist and it buzzes past her, and you just see some pots and pans on the shelves behind go boom, kind of just juggle a little bit. And she kind of squares off and frowns at you. Okay, in reply to Octavius' question, what have you done to my friend? She says,
Wow.
what is that little witch back there doing, casting spells? And she's pointing her finger directly at Gemma.
The message changes on the ribbon to, these pies smell delicious in the ribbon. And then I float the ribbon over to her.
To me?
No, to the old ladies. Like, I'm just
That's her.
admiring the pies.
That's her excited dance whenever she gets excited and smells something delicious.
See, look. Take the ribbon, and I'm gonna try to throw it over to them.
Okay,
Says
well,
these
being that it's a
pies are
ribbon,
delicious.
it'll kind of just float out of your hand and go maybe a few
Catch it,
feet,
Seth.
and then go whoosh.
Seth is frozen. He's looking
Oh.
at his chest.
And I really confused, so I pick it back up again.
Okay.
Uncle?
Okay. Yeah, there's no ill effect at this point. Your constitution is eradicated whatever it was that you were affected by.
So
If
I'm
anything
just
at all.
I'm still not the smartest people in the world. I'm just gonna look back up at her and be like, "You shot me with something."
It was harmless. It was just made to stop you. I thought you were going to hurt me. The little one back there's casting spells, and all of a sudden you're charging across the room towards me.
But my hand, I was gonna shake your hand. I love your pies. I mean, my brother and I'm going to look back at Douglas. We had the best night sleeping of our lives.
Well, considering we just welcomed you in, and all of a sudden these strange things are happening, if you mean us no harm, why don't you go back over there by the door? Go on! Otherwise, I'll assume you mean to hurt us.
But you let us in. So
Yes, I didn't invite you to come over here and invade my personal space!
I back up to the wall.
Seth, I think that's a good idea, but why don't we just give them a little space? We didn't mean to upset you, ma'am. We can just...
I'm going to slowly back up and kind of like wipe my chest where I was hit with that black beam.
Okay,
I'm going to step forward.
she looks down at Octavius and she kind of like, as Octavius is, whatever he's going to do, she's like, ooh, you're an interesting little morsel, aren't you?
Oh, no, we're going to go. Octavius, why don't you just back up real quick there, sir?
Leave me. Madam, I am no morsel. I could be more destructive than you could possibly imagine.
We don't need destruction here. This is a rickety old windmill. We don't need people coming here trying to destroy it and bring it down around our ears.
Well, that will depend completely on your actions moving forward, and I'll turn and scuttle back.
She goes, now, I would seem like we got off on the wrong foot. Why don't you tell me why you come visiting? Was it to buy some more of our delicious pies?
Well, it was, but you see, I forgot I still have two, and I don't want them to go bad, right, Seth? So we're just gonna back up here and maybe not take any more of your pies. Okay, well, what exactly do you put in the pies, if I could ask? That gives them such a special flavor. And,
it's our mother's secret recipe. We have, obviously, in the fruit pies, there are various different fruits and spices. In the meat pies, we also add some spices to those as well. And a little bit of love goes into each and every pie. At this point, you hear somebody bellowing from upstairs. Oh, sister! Sister! Come up here! She's, I'm busy! I'm entertaining our guests!
You're fine. You can go on up there. We'll just be here.
No! I insist. And with that, she's going to kind of like rather quickly flit over towards the oven, grabbing an oven mitt off the table, and she opens the oven door to allow the warmth of the fire to kind of like burst out, but also the waft of extra fresh cooked pies. She goes, oh, and they're ready. Ooh. Pulls out a tray of nice freshly baked pies and turns around and lays them on the table.
Your friend sure dropped that for a long time. Is she okay down there? Is that like a hip situation? Does she need healing, perhaps?
Oh, she's not. So she's not there. She went somewhere. Then down into the basement. There's a trapdoor underneath the table. Goes to the basement.
Oh. Okay.
It's an odd construction.
Had to go down there to fetch more ingredients. Obviously, we need to make another batch. This batch is cooked and ready. Now then, who would like one? Oh, I know you've had them, but they're never as good as they are when they're fresh out of the oven.
It definitely smells really good. But we're okay. Like I said, we've got a couple still saved up, and we'll just maybe we'll just go. And I'm gonna start pushing the kids back behind my arms, like towards the door. Just everybody, just why don't we go outside? Maybe we'll talk about our favorite flavor and come back in.
Maybe she needs help upstairs. I could go help her.
No, I don't think. I'm
gonna start going up the stairs.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of.
She watches you, but doesn't move to stop you in any way, shape, or form.
Hey, Douglas. Did I grow
What?
more chest hairs? Or that thing
What?
hit me?
Let me take a look. Hold on. I've counted every single one. Hold on. Let's see.
What?
Oh, is that what
Crazy.
brothers?
That's
Is that what
not
brothers do?
brothers
No.
do.
Dang it, guys. I don't understand. Okay.
It got awkward really fast.
Anyway, and as I'm getting close to him and like pretending to count his chest hairs, I'm gonna be like, "There's bones, little baby bones
On my chest?
in the pie, in the pie."
No. No. What?
Seth.
No.
Thank you so much,
Hush.
man. I'm gonna try to like talk loudly while they're trying to whisper
Yeah,
and realize
I'm gonna
it's
try to
probably not
shush him
quiet
down.
enough.
Are you still heading up the stairs there?
Yeah, I didn't hear that about the bones. I don't think.
Nope.
I mean, I can read lips, but I'm not looking. I just want to see what's going on up here.
All right. Well, then I'm going to move you to where you would be appearing on this floor.
Because
There.
I'm not okay with just leaving this situation. They're being weird. Oh, cool. It's like a regular thing.
Okay. As you appear to the top, a haggard, heavy-set stone pillar with cogs and the workings of, quite honestly, a wooden gear-shafted windmill mechanism. There's dirt caking the old windows, most of which are kind of, most of the room in this place is literally taken up by the millstone at the center. It rises up through the ceiling, and you can see that there's a staircase kind of on the other side going up. As well as that, you can hear footsteps ascending that stairwell. I also would like you to give me a perception skill roll, please,
Okay.
if you would. Trip.
I'll do my best.
Okay,
20.
Nice.
you hear quiet and faint whimpering coming from the top of that stairs. Like, and then you hear,
Shh! Be quiet, or I'll give you something to cry about.
Oh,
meanwhile, downstairs,
So I got shushed by my brother, and I'm just looking at him like imploringly. What do you mean? What? How?
I don't know. They disappeared. I saw. I looked right at them. Somebody had to have seen them, and then they're gone. But something.
Is this like the hanged skeleton you said was?
No, they were right there. I don't think. I just saw them. No, they were there. This isn't like that. This is different. And I think they're up to something.
So I'm gonna look down at Octavius, who's like right there,
Mhm.
and I'm just gonna look at him and be like,
and what is Octavius doing, incidentally?
Well, he ran back, and I think he's just scanning the room because now he knows that they can cast, and he's
Okay.
just paying attention to see if they get any more little wiggly ideas.
okay, so I put my fat meaty hand on your head, and I turn you to face me, so you're looking elsewhere.
Okay. Yes.
Be like, your father's seeing things.
I'm not seeing things yet.
It's not the first
Listen,
time. I don't understand what's Doug. Shh. Help him, because I don't know what to do.
Well, I father's many things, but he does have quite a discerning eye. I've found
That's right.
sees everything, which is very frustrating.
He
You
said
can't get away with
body
anything.
hanging in the gallows was him.
Okay, the
Looked like him.
Maybe he meant that more metaphorically.
middle-aged baker woman says to you, "So if you didn't come here for some of these delicious pies, why did you come here?"
We were simply traveling through and saw the windmill, thought we would check it out.
Oh, well, there's not much to it, I'm afraid, but it functions very well. Crushes and grinds up the flour into a nice fine paste powder. All the better for baking these delicious pastries. Are you sure you
sorry
don't
to hear
want
that.
any? After all, it's rare that we get just guests. There's guests here. Why don't each of you grab a pie? It's on the house.
Ivory.
I'm gonna take it, but very hesitantly. Just
Okay,
be
it's
like,
nice and warm and kind of hot.
And I'm gonna take the one from Gemma so she can't get it either. Like I'll hold on to those. I don't worry.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I'll keep
And
these.
you, big fellow, come on, get yours.
Gross.
Are you gonna shoot me again?
Oh, no. As long as you're not casting any spells or rushing towards me.
Oh no, I don't cast spells. I don't even know.
No, that one did, though. I saw her. She pulled magic. She pulled magic ribbons out of the air.
Did you see what it said?
I did not. It was too far away. I don't have very good eyesight.
It's right here. Read it.
It's kind of like squints. Oh, you'll just have to read it for me, dearie. I can't see it.
It says the pies smell delicious.
Oh, thank you very much. Help yourself, as I said. Come on, and you, big fellow, get yours. Come on. She motions towards Seth and like holds out the tray.
I'll just carry everybody's pies. I'm the designated pie holder, so I'll just take those here and.
Oh, there you go. There's a dozen pies here. Take 5. Oh, perhaps I can put them in something for you.
Oh yeah, sure. That
He
would.
pulls out a rickety old drawer from the table and pulls out a piece of white-ish cloth, and she like shakes it in the air and dust floats off of it. Then she lays it down and grabs the pies from you and starts putting them in, and then she wraps them up into like a little bundle and ties a bow on the top of it and hands you back the little bundle of pies in the large piece of white cloth.
Thank you very much.
Meanwhile, that's going on up the stair. So Trip, what do you wish to do after hearing what you heard?
I'm gonna be like, it sounds like you got some inadequate help. I'm gonna like continue up towards the stairs.
Okay, she'll kind of come rushing down to meet you.
Oh, hello. Hi.
Inadequate help?
Yeah, it sounded like you maybe have someone helping you up there is not doing.
No, that's
you need them to.
The dog. You see, it's my little dog. His name is Terrence.
Like Terrence? Or...
Terrence.
Okay. Either way, you said you needed help up here. I thought earlier you were calling for your.
Oh no, nothing you can do. It's just specifically my sister. I needed her to help me.
Oh, okay.
Mother will be home very soon, and when she gets here, she'll expect us to have everything ready.
Do you want me to pass a message down?
Well, you could, yes. But he glances back up the stairs and kind of slowly comes walking over towards you. He says, getting real close.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm backing up if she's getting real close.
Okay, yeah, she's getting. He goes, no, stop. Whisper.
I don't trust that.
Please, you need to come here.
I really should probably be getting back to my family then.
No, but I need help. I'm not one of them. They took me and trapped me here. I need somebody to help me escape. Oh, please, boy. Please help me.
How fast can you run?
Well, if I hoist my skirt up, it's reasonably fast. But I need to warn you. But if she overhears, she'll get terribly mad. Come here.
I'm going to be like, one better, and pull out a paper and pen and hand it to her.
Oh, I can't write. They never taught me. The only thing they ever taught me to do was speak and make pies. All these long years I've been trapped here, they're wicked. The one that we refer to as mother, she's not really my mother, and that's not really my sister.
Could you say that all again?
Just, oh, come here.
I dropped Zone of Truth.
Okay. Charisma based. Okay. Sweet. Okay.
Oh!
Um,
Dang. Yeah, I have no way of knowing that, so I can't like react to make her suck. That'd be metagaming.
You do though.
Oh, you're aware. So
Oh yeah, I know, but like
he's aware
aware
that it's
she's
not
passed.
affecting her, but
yeah.
Yeah.
And she's also aware that I tried to get the truth out of her just now.
yeah. Whenever you it's verbal and somatic, so obviously there's some.
Yeah,
kind
no,
of-
like I'm doing a thing. I'm just like Jellicoe's over and then like
initially, she goes, "Oh!" like acts all like scared, like you're about to do, and then, "Oh. What did you do?"
you shouldn't be able to lie anymore.
Well, I haven't told any lies.
Is it truly your dog up there?
Oh yes,
Can
It's
you bring him
Terrence.
down?
she gets very mad.
Yes,
If he
me too.
barks and makes a noise, she punishes him and me. That's why I told him he had to be quiet.
Is there a way I can just definitively, because I don't trust her for shit as a player, but I don't know.
I mean, you got to go with what you think. I mean,
Mm,
unfortunately, your spell did not reveal
mm,
anything, so
mm. I'm gonna kind of like glance around and be like, I usually do this in the presence of my family. Tell you what, I will go downstairs. When you're ready, make a break for it, and we'll cover for you.
don't understand. She's not as she appears. She can do things.
I'm sure you can as well. I'm going to start edging my way down the stairs.
Okay.
That
She
was
just kind
way
of
less
watches you go
comfortable
down the
for me.
stairs, and she goes, "Oh, another decade in this horrible windmill."
I mean, you said you can run fast. You don't have to. I'm like being loud at this point. I'm like, you said you could run fast. It's not going to be another 10 years if you just run.
Okay, you guys will have all heard that part of the conversation downstairs. And are you heading down the stairs?
Yeah, I'm like intentionally making a scene of it.
Okay. She is not pursuing you.
Okay. So yeah, I'll get down the stairs and be like, apparently, she needs more than just a little bit of help upstairs.
Oh. She's quite useless, that one.
She said something about the dog, Terrence. I'm gonna like look at her for like, you know, like if she's like
Me.
not registering that.
Go ahead and, if you will, give me an insight check.
Okay. It's not great, but it'll have to do.
Okay, she says, "The dog. Terrence. Terrence, yes!"
Okay.
Horrible, wretched creature. Mangy beast. We keep it up there so it doesn't upset the customers. Not very hygienic. Don't want dogs running around when you're baking, do you?
Hmm.
No, of course not. And I shoot whiskey behind me. So she can't see
Whiskey's outside. Whiskey has
He's
not
outside?
come in.
Whiskey
Okay.
outside.
I can't
Whiskey's
see
with
his token.
Irina outside, right? Like they stayed outside.
Yep.
Gotcha. I did.
Speaking of Irina, where is Irina?
I can't see
Yeah,
their
Irina
tokens out there.
just didn't make it to the map, I don't think.
Stupid Irina. Where are you, Irina?
Stupid NPC.
Oh, there's Whiskey. Okay. Didn't see him in the dark.
I don't know where she... Oh, you know what? I bet I didn't drag her over. Give me 1 second and I will fix that. Real quick.
I'm gonna kind of like lean down to Octavius since he's right there and just be like, you know those distrustful feelings?
Yes.
They doubled down at this point.
Understood.
There we go. Alright. She is just sitting there smiling with a toothy grin, trying to be all kind and welcoming to everybody, and don't let those pies go cold. Why don't you go ahead and nibble on them now? They're more I'm telling you, they're much nicer when they're warm.
I don't eat gluten.
No, I think we should ration them. When did you start not eating gluten, Gemma? I don't remember.
We started having stomach aches and we just...
Oh, well, if you want to take those with you, I understand. Here, help yourself to one of these fresh ones, still here. There's plenty more where they came from.
Doug,
Yes.
why are we getting these for free when we had to spend way too much in the town?
Oh, because you're a guest here today, you see?
See, because we're a guest here. So
Well,
perfectly.
according to my calculations, if we don't leave in the next few minutes, we won't make it to our destination by sundown.
Oh, well, yes, you might as well leave then. Off you go, bye-bye.
I'm gonna kind of lean over again to Stefan, just like, they have something, possibly a dog upstairs, but probably not a dog. And they're keeping it a prisoner, probably, from what I gathered. I can't stress enough.
Who are you saying this to? Me or to Seth?
I'm like, but kind of like the Seth word. I'm just like, the monstrosity of the situation.
Are you allergic to gluten too?
What's he saying? I can't understand. I'm just far enough away to understand, I think.
Wait,
I think he's got a tummy ache or something. I don't know what's
I'm
going on.
gonna look over to Trip, who now has his back to me. Be like, what are you talking about?
Because I see her coming down the stairs. I'm just gonna be like, looking at her like.
Well, you've noticed that she's crept down, but she's still hiding kind of like... She's crouched down, and where she is, you can kind of see her from this angle, but the railing and stuff would kind of shield her from her sister being able to see her.
Okay, yeah, I'm just kind of like...
She's like...
signaling like, hey, are you ready? You ready to go? You're ready? We could leave. We could.
So, so Douglas is talking crazy, right? About skeletons looking like him, seeing little skeletons on the ground that are scaring him. But I know Trip, and I've been with Trip on many adventures, and he's doing that voice he does to me when we're talking to each other.
And the situation is
It's
going
like a
south.
plot.
Like there's somebody pocketed a knife for the fight kind of deal.
So I am going to I'm going to spend a moxie point,
Okay.
and I'm going to do the stick and move maneuver, where basically I am going to charge up the stairs and use my bonus action to shove her out of my way as I barrel up the stairs, because apparently there's a dog in jeopardy.
Could be a dog.
Could be a dog, but maybe not a dog. And I'm basically Trip is panicking. I trust Trip. What Douglas said is weird. That's what I'm doing. That's my action.
Yeah.
Okay,
if
so
I
you're
see
going
you
to
go in that
charge.
mode,
You're going to
I'm
basically
letting you
charge
pass
up the
me, yeah.
stairs, and when you say shove her aside, you want to shove her against the wall, or shove her like try to push her over the balcony.
Whatever's easier for my movement and momentum up the stairs, right? Like I'm not being
Either or.
discriminatory. If she's closer to the rail, she's going over. If she's closer to the wall, she's hitting the wall, right? Like I'm barreling past her. That's my whole plan of action.
Okay, alrighty.
It's up to her. Does she want to take a little trip?
Yeah, you can get to basically. So you're going to run to her and make a shove attack. Go ahead. So all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you just suddenly sprint forth.
You're a crazy person.
And
Alright.
do a shove action. Okay.
Shove action is athletics, right? Athletics check.
Shove, I believe so. Hang on.
We don't really do shove attacks in 5th edition.
No, well, most people don't tend to do them
Ever
very often.
shove.
Most people don't tend to play a pugilist's thumb.
Rude to
Yeah.
shove.
It is rude.
It's very rude.
Yeah, we don't go around shoving people. Hang on. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Okay, so you basically make an attack action. And you can either knock it prone or push it away from you. The target can be no more than one size larger, which it's not, so that's fine. Instead of making a regular attack, you use a strength athletics check contested by the target's strength or dexterity, whether they use athletics or acrobatics.
Alright.
And they get to choose which they use.
Right.
And if not, it's either knocked prone or 5 feet backwards.
Okay. Here's my athletics check. Let's go! I'm going up the stairs, so it must be a little bit more difficult.
Okay.
That's my justification. Oh my lord.
Alright, okay, you go charging up the stairs, and basically run up to her and go to give her a shove, and then something very odd seems to be amiss. It's like shoving an immovable wall. Like, you slam into her with full momentum, and she just goes, thud!
Whoa.
And she says to you, that wasn't very nice! And...
Told ya.
Ooh.
Shit.
They're very
And she swipes at you like a backhand, but misses. It's almost like in reaction, she's like, that was a very nice! Like she wants to slap you across the face.
Yeah, I'm down the stairs, just probably the angle, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of back up a little bit. Ugh.
The one downstairs says, what are you doing? Once again, you're trying to be horrible to us. I've given you free food, offered you extra pies, we've been nothing but pleasant, and look what you're doing. You're coming in here, shoving us and attacking us and casting spells. Get out! Go on! Out with you! Right now!
She's not wrong.
Go on! Get out! I warn you!
Why don't we just go,
Uh,
everyone?
Flanzig,
I'm just
take
gonna
your
go up
pants
to him and
off.
touch him on the shoulder and like look at him dead in the eyes, just be like, this is the look I give when we are up against something that is serious.
Okay, she kind of like comes bundling down the stairs, kind of like with very slow, methodical steps with her hands on her hips, like.
I open the door. Halfway out the door.
But you're tiny.
They're monsters.
Yeah, I mean, I like hit a wall. I mean, that doesn't happen with the big guys in the bar. That's not. You aren't like that.
Let's go.
Come on, Seth. I'm telling you, we just need to leave.
But that's not normal.
Nope.
Do you not see what I...
Nope, we all agree that isn't normal. Let's just, we can still go outside, please. And I'm gonna grab Octavius and Trip and sort of just pulling them back behind me. Okay, we're on our way out. Don't worry. Oops, didn't mean to go over there. Just pulling Octavius with me.
Yeah, I would. I'd follow if I was being pulled out.
Okay.
It's all a misunderstanding. No issue here. And out we go.
They're kind of like slowly now, kind of walking slowly towards you, rather sternly, with sourpuss faces.
Come on, Octavius, please.
Oh, I'm with you. I'm sorry. I thought you were
I can't-
pulling
I
me.
can't-
Sorry.
I can't move
Yeah.
you.
I didn't know you knew to move. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Get out here. Please. Before the door closes.
I'm going.
For the love of God.
Right.
I'm just gonna
They both kind of get to the door, and then they say,
I hope whenever you come across some old ladies making pies in the future, you could be a little bit more polite and have better manners.
and they slam the door.
You're not an old lady! I shout after them as they close the door in our face.
Good one.
All right.
So, what was that?
She...
Let's back up more before we discuss this.
Yeah, agree.
Oh, we killed them.
No, absolutely not.
Gemma and Octavius. Gemma and Trip. And I guess and Seth give. Let's see.
What do you want us to do here?
Everyone but
No,
Doug.
just the three of those. So Seth, Seth, Trip, and Gemma. Give me a perception skill roll, please.
Okay.
Because you guys could potentially see something that the others would not because of angles or
Dang.
direction of facing.
Bad rolls.
Okay.
Jane did pretty good.
So there are kind of like dusty windows on the upper stories. Kind of here and here and here. From 2 windows up, Gemma, you notice because the windows are so dusty and you can't really see through them, but you're noticing somebody is drawing in the dust on the other side of the window 2 floors up.
Ooh, I'm gonna try to look more closely at that to see if I can tell what they're writing. I'm
Okay.
I'm just gonna point at it silently.
If I look up and see that, I'm gonna be like, it's not a dog.
Okay. Basically, they draw like an upside down smiley face with a little tear hanging on it. So it's like they do 2 little circles for an eye, and then a mouth, and then a little tear.
I'm still pointing at the door. Like
That's a child, not a dog. Terrence is a child. They've abducted a child.
They seem to have extremely good powers, magical powers.
she didn't.
Let us
move.
back up and discuss. Come on.
But Gemma, she didn't move. I ran
This
into
way.
her.
You guys, so you're going to kind of move a significant away from the windmill? Is that what you're doing? Like back down the road sort of thing? Okay, let me move you guys back to... Let's see, where are you? Let me find you on the map.
I feel like an idiot for not figuring this out, but also, why would I assume?
Okay. Right, so you kind of like head back down the hill a ways down the old path.
Okay.
And you're like here on the map if you guys are trying to find yourselves.
All right, I don't know if anybody else saw this, but there were humanoid bones on the ground that disappeared. Did anybody else see that?
Thank you. Yes, I did see that. See, Seth,
Ah.
I was not crazy. Those were human bones.
I never said you were crazy. You just.
They
But
were aware of what magic casting looked like very acutely. When I talked to the woman upstairs, she flinched as I began to cast a Zone of Truth spell to see if she was lying to me. It didn't seem to affect her. They're magic users. They likely used something along the lines of a spell to hide the bones.
But I mean, well, they black gooed my chest. Didn't do anything. But then I ran into her up the stairs, and she was more like a wall than anyone I've ever fought in my entire life, trying to knock him over. She was so tiny compared to me.
Interesting.
Well, she did have the high ground, so.
Yeah, it's likely a
Doug.
spell.
That shouldn't make a difference. I don't not knock people down.
I don't not knock people down.
So you said the bones were humanoid.
Yes, they were human, small human,
And they have children upstairs.
and they have children upstairs. Oh God.
At least one we did not confirm. It was multiple.
Why are there children upstairs? What are they doing?
The pie. They're in the pie.
No,
What?
It's gotta be the pie.
they
Why
can't.
else would they have it?
No, they can't.
Bones everywhere.
They can't. No, you.
No.
If you want to go throw up,
What?
please do it a significant amount.
The flower.
Away from me. Oh my god.
The flower.
Oh my god.
It's the purge, but a different type of purge.
Gemma starts panicking.
No, they-
and-
they-
okay.
No,
They
they
can't.
weren't, but they weren't meat
Stop,
pies.
the little-
What do you,
Babies.
No, the
What-
flower.
Oh God.
The bones.
what?
No, they grind their bones.
They
to flour.
grind the flour with the mill.
No.
The secret ingredient is the
They don't
bones
do
of
that. That's
children.
no.
No.
That's crazy. They don't. I didn't eat bone flour.
Did anybody clean out the throw up? Oh my god!
I hate you so much. Oh God. I hate so much.
Clean it!
There have been
Hold on.
writings in some of my scripture I've read where this does take place. I did not think on this plane of existence, but I don't think this place is anywhere like any other place on this plane of existence.
No, no, don't start again.
There can't be anything left in there.
I got nothing left.
You got the dry heaves now.
At least dry heaves at this point. It's got to be.
Gemma,
Trip,
help
please
me out.
cover it
Gemma,
up
help
with
me out
dirt.
with this. Help me out
You
with
do
this.
it. I'm not touching it.
No. I'll cover it with dirt, but like, and then I'm prestidigitizing a little bit, and making it smell less like vomit here
Blow the
specifically.
vomit smell away.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, children. Children, no.
Okay.
No.
There's no way.
I think I'm all right. I think I'm all right.
Thundercod, you subscribe now? What are
Thank
you
you for the
thinking?
sub, Thundercard.
Very sorry.
It's like, now we're talking.
Now this is a stream we're subscribing to.
Now we're talking.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There we go.
Give me the bombs.
Oh.
Give me the bombs. Yeah, at this point, I'm going to like basically be like patting Doug on the shoulder, like rubbing his back, trying to like comfort him. So I don't know about you guys. We could survive this by leaving, but I don't think I could live with this.
If there's a small child trapped inside, we must free the child.
Well, we don't have
We-
to. Our mission
Gemma.
does not involve this. I did not
Gemma,
put
we-
it in my journal
like
as
to
the
play
list of
innocent.
things to do today.
No, I believe this is our destiny.
Pepperjack, thank you for the cheer.
I mean,
Mucho
that could be little.
That could be the child.
No, that could be little Octavius up there.
Very
That
kind,
would
buddy.
never,
Thank you
please,
so
that would never
much.
be
No,
me.
no. The clue, the innocent.
No, absolutely not, Seth. The fourth card is innocent. It says a wandering child. That child is not wandering. That child is
The
trapped.
child might have been wandering. The child
might have been.
Those hallways were not dark.
What
This
if
is
it's-
dark halls.
They're
What if
darker
it's-
up the thing.
What if it's wandering when it's going to be saved? Maybe there was a.
Hey,
maybe you.
hey.
Maybe you read it wrong.
Well,
Look,
What?
if that is the
That was
child
a good joke.
I'm supposed to be thinking of, I don't want to be thinking, because that's a weird thing for me to think about children.
What's up, Damon?
Because I'm just the uncle. I'm not a father.
listen, we have to help this child. We can't just leave him up there to be cooked.
Not in my plan of action today.
It's in no one's plan to go back in there. But we've got to stop them. Can't let them keep doing this.
Gemma, your plans are great almost all of the time. The situation is not great and was unanticipated. This might be a case to practice one of those fast plans.
That is fine. I can incorporate the plan, but if there's multiple casters, we'll need to draw each one out separately. We can't take on two powerful casters at the same time.
You're right. If we focus one down really fast, she might be too distraught to really do anything about the other.
They did say that their mother was coming home.
Which is all the more pressing reason to handle this quickly.
I agree. We can't take them all. We don't know what they're capable of.
What do we do? What do I do? Because I didn't.
Okay, well, I don't do the magic stuff. I can shoot them, so there's
That
that.
would do. That would help.
Okay,
Well, any of us, I can make anyone invisible. If you don't remember, we tried that out once. Maybe this might be another good opportunity.
There's a window, like the windows.
I could try to get them glowing again. It didn't work the first time. She was surprisingly limber. Unnaturally so.
What if we somehow break the mechanism of the windmill so one of them might...
I'll lure
Is
one
it all
out.
inside or is the mechanism outside?
No, it's all internal. I mean, there's the windmill
I was
part,
hoping that
but-
might...
Yeah, I mean, there's the shaft with the 4 blades on it, but it all
If
goes
one of those
inside
was-
to the actual and runs all the way down through the center of the construction.
That might lure one of them out.
If we just start destroying the building,
Well, no.
I mean, that would
Do
get
it in
their
a way they
attention.
won't
if we fire
notice
a-
that we did it. They might just think it broke. So if someone wanders out, we
wait,
wander
wait.
in.
The child's upstairs drawing on the window.
Yes.
If we fire an arrow at that window and break it, they would go to punish the child. We could enter quickly and
I don't want the child to be punished. I mean, that interesting plan, but that seems like it might
it would just draw attention away from the door so that we can.
force the
quickly get
child
in.
that we're trying to rescue.
Well, I mean, it would be a place that would have to go see what happened.
is there another window maybe we could do that too, and they
Good point.
wouldn't maybe hit a child with an arrow?
There's also that. I figured your shot.
No, I usually try not to shoot them projectiles at
But
children.
we could use like a rock or something,
Well, yeah, but
right?
what if it doesn't break?
If
Throw
they
it
saw
hard.
an arrow, then they would know it was us.
Right.
Which is fine because we'll be inside by the time they find the arrow.
Okay.
Of course,
I
they've probably battened the hatch on the door at this point, so we're going to need a good, strong hit.
Good strong
Anyway.
Seth.
Yeah,
What if
are there any logs around or something we can use as a ram or something?
But wouldn't it be a better plan for them to not
I
find
am
out
the
it's
ram.
us for as long as possible?
Yeah, my other thing to say, I mean, this is a great idea, kids. I love it. I love where you're going with it. But what if they know we're out here wanting to attack them, and then we do, and then they just don't come out, and then they just board up all the windows and
Yeah,
doors?
That's why I
I'm not-
believe my plan's the best plan.
No, that's why I'm
Right, Dad?
suggesting you break a window. They have
Looking
to
really
go.
good right now.
They'll be inside going to check it. Is what I'm saying. You don't.
And my plan
hear
involves
your
them
window
coming
break and
outside.
Well, yeah. But
Who's
they're
better,
not
mine
going
or Trip's
to.
plan?
They were just.
Okay, everyone has great plans.
Jade.
It's all good plans. It's just which one is going to get us the least killed that
So
I'm interested
petty.
in. At this
You're really
point.
good at the
Jane.
long plans.
Yes.
Choo-choo, thanks for the
This
sub
is the fast.
train.
You aren't as practiced at the fast plans.
Well,
We could throw Octavius
Get
into
those
the
mugs.
window.
into the wind. I'm not throwing my child into the place where they cook children.
Yeah, you probably couldn't throw him that hard and that high through that
Just watch me.
through the upstairs window anyway.
So
won't
looking
let
at the cutaway, the handout, there's a scaffold around the bottom that's about 8 feet up. You could probably pass Octavius up to. And there are windows at that height.
Yep, on the floor that you got up to. It's not scaffold, it's actually, there was like a little, there was at one point like a wooden walkway that ran all the way around
a
it.
catwalk, okay.
But it
Yeah.
is kind of like old and decrepit and busted in most places.
But
And
he is
just
very small and
just FYI, family, I've never. Look, I didn't want you to know that I had this skill, but I think it is pertinent information at this point. I'm quite adept at getting in and out of places that are maybe off limits.
Thunder God just gifted 5 subs. Skinny Rex, Zamora, Hammer,
Thank you.
Blondie,
All right.
Zamora,
and Dude, and Documentaries. Thank you. Very much appreciate you doing that. It's a very, very kind gesture. If you were the recipient of a free sub, please say thank you. It's the right thing to do.
Yes, it is. Very polite.
Are you polite?
the only thing I don't like about using Octavius as what if he doesn't come back out?
Wait, I want.
Buster's.
You're the category.
I want to circle back to
Yes,
the thing
no.
where,
Let's
where
move on. Let's go.
Octavius, you were talking about getting out of places you're not supposed to be in. What?
Well, more getting into places. I'm not supposed to be.
That
like-
explains a few things about my foot locker.
Huh? Like
Well, he has some cool stuff in there.
I mean, yeah, I do.
Damn these sub
Big.
sub
I never took anything. I put it back exactly as I found it.
Exactly. Work on the exactly part. You almost got it.
I would sketch it out exactly how it looked so I could reference it when I put things back in.
I put a charcoal in the little crack so it would snap.
Oh, I knew it. I thought you were going to say a hair, and I was going to say I'm ahead of you. I put my hair back there. Damn it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, dang it.
Slow this down.
Octavius,
Sorry.
All of this discourse, and that's what you're upset about.
I just.
I've got a box of cocaine.
Oh, that explains a lot. Nah, he'll just. So, if you do want me to get up there, I probably could enter without needing to make any noise.
Well, I like it in this instant, but we're going to talk about that young man later. You
Sure.
understand? That's
Yes.
not something I'm happy to hear.
But how helpful now, right?
Agreed. Here, a little helpful, but
So, Father, in that case, you're welcome.
I wouldn't put it that far. I'm exactly saying thank you to this, but
What do I do?
you punch everything, Seth. That's
I don't know.
obviously just punch and don't get punched. If you could do that.
If it moves, hit
seriously.
it. If it doesn't move, push it,
So
then
we're-
hit it. If neither of these
so-
work, it's probably a wall.
We're gonna get him up there, and then what? You're gonna
Right,
go open.
that was my next question.
Open the window and get the kid out and pass him down to us.
Right. Yes, what if it is just a simple subterfuge rescue mission?
Yes, maybe we distract them.
Here's the problem, though.
What?
I don't believe they're going to find out the kid is gone and say, well, I guess we're hanging up our oven mitts now.
No, I want the child out, and then we
The
destroy the mill.
child.
We destroy the mill
How do
Okay.
we destroy the mill?
with them in it.
Punch
we
it?
destroy.
Oh.
Destroy. Yep.
How do we destroy
Punch
the
it with
mill?
fire, probably.
Oh, punch it down.
The
Punch down the
construction of the
windmill.
mill. It's not just like wood and plaster. It's like everything's been Gothic and stone-ish or made of wood, but this is a large multiple story building. What is it?
Well,
It's probably not wood.
if we get the child, they're gonna have to go out to get more children.
More child.
So then we could do
fresh stock of ingredients.
then we could do Gemma's plan, no? Because they're out.
What? Or we don't fight them at all. We take the child back to town and we tell them what's been happening and we let them deal with it.
And
we
get
save
more
the kid.
pies. Yeah.
And then they'll get shut down and everyone will run them out of town.
Well, they already are run out of town.
I mean, even more, they won't be able to sell their pies because everybody will come and get them.
We've learned that there are soulless people in this town, and of the few who had a light in their eyes, one was trying to cheat you out of all of your money, the other one was trying to cheat you out of all of your money and sell you bone pies.
Right, and who was that was selling pies in town? Was that Mary? Was that someone else?
Lady.
I think that's...
It wasn't Mary. That was yeah, it was an old peddler woman with her little cart.
Did you see her in there? Was she in the?
She was
Anybody?
not.
I think so. No.
They did not recognize her.
That might be Mom.
Let's try to see what Octavius can do first.
Let's get the kid out of there, and then we can figure it out. At least they don't have a hostage.
Well, speaking of things we haven't told people we could do. I might
Gemma,
have another way to distract. Well, Octavius tries to do that.
What crimes are you committing?
No crimes. Okay,
Thank you. I'm not getting crimes.
I've just gotten. It's just I've been reading this book that I found, in that old house, and I thought a really cool thing I picked up. Well, let's say I could, kind of look just like that peddler woman.
What?
Oh, you can
let's
do
say
that
I
one?
could look like that peddler woman and knock on the door and ask for a refill of my pies.
They might treat you as a mother, or they might see through it. Either way, it's extremely dangerous.
But
But it would be distraction enough to get Octavius up through the window. Possibly save the hostage, but it doesn't solve the real problem of the dangerous women within.
It's just something I've been practicing at night when everyone else is asleep, and I'm pretty good at it, I think.
It might get
I've never
the door
put it in
open.
practice before.
You just turn yourself into an old lady every night?
Not an old lady. I'm just one time I turned myself into Octavius, had a good laugh about it.
What do you mean, had a good laugh?
I had a good laugh about it.
Why? Because of the
No,
power
it's
that you felt
obvious.
coursing through your veins?
Incorrect.
Because he's so strong, and it was weird for you, right?
That's right. Overcome. All you could do was laugh. What else is there
I
to
don't
do?
want to answer this question.
Okay, let's agree maybe you don't turn into us, if that's all right.
Yeah, that's not cool.
I think that may be a rule that maybe we cross.
Unless we need that for some reason in the future, no.
Right, without permission. You need
Right.
permission to turn into someone, and your brothers especially. You're going to need permission, Gemma, to turn into your brothers. Okay?
Yeah. I don't. Well, also don't turn into your uncle, because
If you want to turn in good old Pop, you can. That's fine. You can go right ahead. Go do it right now if you want. I don't mind that at all. But let's maybe not the brothers. Okay.
I do kind of want to see your impersonation of me with a perfect, at some point. But go ahead.
I'm sure it would. They seem like smart old ladies. I'm sure they'd pick
might
up
see
on it.
through
I'm
it.
not that good at it yet.
Yeah, they might see through it.
Just wanted you to know I can do it, baby.
Only we knew more about the authorities of the area. Someone we could throw at them that jars them.
let's see what happens to with Octavius.
Okay, so
I agree.
what's your game plan? You just going to stroll back up the road and to the
It looks like
windmill,
there's a
or is there
cliff
some
on the
other
other
way you
side?
wish to?
Yeah, can we
There-
approach
It's like
from
a cliff on the other side, right? We could,
This is all kind of like hills and stuff like that. It's kind of raised up.
okay.
So, I mean, the road kind of goes up. Kind of up. Oh, wrong one. Yeah, the road kind of comes up here, but I mean, if you wanted to kind of go around the base of the hill, you could kind of come up the hill itself from the backside.
be a little less suspicious that way. I
Yeah,
think.
let's
Yeah.
do that.
I agree.
Maybe find ourselves a bit of a ramp.
I
to
mean,
help
it's
open
it's
that
not
door.
to the point. Obviously, I mean, it's difficult terrain, but not to the point that any of you could not ascend it if that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah, we're gonna come from a different angle, so we don't.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, then I'm gonna put you back on the other map and reposition where you're going to be coming from.
How's Irina feeling about all of this?
She seems somewhat kind of partially conflicted, partially kind of just willing to go along with whatever it is that you guys want to do. You know, she's resided herself to the fact that you are escorting her. She's not escorting you. So, if you decide... I mean, and she's not opposed to the concept of there's a kid up there to be saved. You know, she's down with that.
Cool. I'm over there.
Alright, okay, so you guys... I'm going to move this now so that chat can see you. So you're going to kind of come at it from this side. So, again, there would be a window here. And again, before you get to the windows, there's that broken, dilapidated
Like a catwalk almost.
catwalk around the side, yeah. And then there would be a window kind of here as well. That was the one right there that the kid was, you know, what you're thinking as kid was drawing in the dust.
Do you think, Octavius, would it be better if someone else came along with you, or...
Might work better alone.
Right. So I'll just, I'll wish you well here then, here and now, buddy.
Yes, it's just a simple.
It's
a
not
simple-
amount of, it's not doubt. It's not
A
doubt.
simple
It's not-
kidnapping.
I'm just gonna like give you a little
Well,
punch on the
literally.
arm, and give you a bardic inspiration point.
All right.
Okay, that'll help. Alright, is everybody else kind of staying down the hill a little bit and letting him stealthily go up there by himself, or what's the game plan?
How are we? I thought we were gonna lift him up to the catwalk.
That's what I'm
I think we
asking.
have to.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
tall.
I-
At least Seth and I would need to get him up there, I think, to hoist him. But
Yeah, I'd creep up out of the view of the windows if I could to hoist to help Octavius get into this.
Okay. Yeah, there's. I mean, the way that the broken catwalk is, there's kind of right where the window is. Half of it is broken away underneath the window, and then there's some kind of to the left side. So there's basically catwalk like here, and the window is right there.
Okay, so I'd approach him here then.
Okay.
We'll stoop down with my hands lowered so he could get a step on. So he can
Right.
step on me.
So you're going up there. He's going up there. Everybody else staying down the hill.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, I think.
yeah, I think so. We don't raise any.
Okay.
But I'm poised. I'm ready.
When Seth gets back, we should have a plan to break down the door established so that if something goes bad, we can get in there.
Right. Well, what I'm going
Agreed.
to do, I'm going to
I wasn't
move
gonna say
you
that with
guys
Octavius nearby because that would rescind my bardic
temporarily
inspiration
over
there.
here, so you can get a better understanding. There you go.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Okay.
All right. So, whereabouts do you want to lift him up? Where you're standing onto like this ledge here?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, with you helping him, it's going to be no effort for him. All right. So, you're up here, Trip. I mean, Octavius.
I gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. And which way is it towards the window? I'll look down
Window
kind of
is
Trip
here.
to have him. Okay, so he would point me to that window. All right. I would try to stealthily go over to that window and see if I can get myself inside.
Okay. Now, the window that the drawing came from is the one above this one.
Okay.
You can get in. I mean, there's a window here. If you wanted to get in here, you could do that. But
How high up is the next one?
about 10 feet.
10 feet. Okay, yeah, I'm going to... Because both the ladies were downstairs, right, when we exited?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I think I will see if I can slip into this window here.
Alrighty. So the window would appear to be... Obviously, it's dusty. You can't really see through it. But do you have any particular talents that would allow you to try to get this locked window open?
Yeah, I have a sleight of hand of a +4, or +5, excuse me, so it's a pretty good...
Alrighty. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Sure.
Alright, yeah. You're able to kind of slip your dagger into the side. Now, this windmill was never really designed to keep people out or anything. I mean, it's not a secure building.
Right.
So with a little bit of jimmying, you're able to kind of like pop the little latch that's just kind of like creeping in. Again, with it being so old, the windows don't exactly fit that well anymore. So there's room to wiggle this dagger and pop. And the windows kind of open inwards on hinges. They don't like lift up, or they just, the whole window kind of like just drifts inwards.
Okay.
Okay.
So I get in. There we go. Okay.
So when you come in, you're actually kind of directly below you is a stairwell. It's about 3-foot drop down to the stairs. That's the stairwell that's kind of leads down to them. There is a railing that you could kind of hide behind, but you'd have to kind of drop down, so if they happen to see you drop from the window down to the ground, once you were down there, you could probably quite easily hide behind that railing and scurry your way up. But there is always the chance they might see you drop.
Yeah, that's what I would... I mean, that's all I can do. It's all I can do.
So, the distance from there to this rail...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to do that. You know, I mean... With a good athletics roll, it's entirely possible, because of the height, that you could maybe try to leap across and grab that railing rather than drop down.
Yeah, I don't think I would be... I wouldn't be relying on athletics here. I would be relying on acrobatics, just in any way that I can, whether it's falling gracefully or softly or...
So if you're going to kind of like leap and try to grab hold of something, that would be athletics. If you want to kind of drop to the ground and not fall down the stairs, that would be
more of a drop. It would be more of a drop.
Yeah, that would be acrobatics.
Yeah, Octavius is not athletic in that sense.
Alrighty.
And Satch, remind me again what Bardic Inspiration does.
At any point when you do a
D4,
thing,
right?
You can add a D6 to
6
it to make it work better, hopefully.
Okay, and do I have to call it before, or can I do it afterwards?
Before the result is announced, so you can see.
So you
dice
roll
and
the
be like,
dice, and then you look at your dice and
Perfect.
decide, do you want to roll
cool.
it or not, before I
Got
say
it.
whether you succeeded or not.
Understood. Okay, yeah, so I'd be trying to
yeah.
drop softly
Acknowledge it
here.
beforehand.
All right, give me the roll.
Okay. Where here?
Oh, actually, before you do that,
Yes.
you would be able to hear them downstairs.
Okay.
They are... So basically, I'll kind of like go through a very brief version of the conversation that you'll overhear. So like,
Okay.
Yes, but there were too many of them. One of them was very big and very strong. And that other one at the back was casting spells. Did you see, sister? Yes, I did. But don't you think that they would be no match for us? Well, rather be safe than sorry. Although I wouldn't have minded getting our hands on the little one. He looked a little bit sinewy, though, didn't he? Yes, well, they're gone now.
That's pretty much the conversation.
Okay. Okay, yeah, about what we thought.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me the roll.
Sure. Hell yeah.
Do you feel you need to roll a d6 for that?
I do not feel at this moment I need to roll a d6.
Okay. Alrighty then. So yes, you drop down and land on the stair, but crouching immediately as you do so to disappear behind the lower railing. At this point, you can kind of continue up these stairs into this floor, or you can creep down to the floor below. It's your choice.
No, I'm going to go up, which is where the kid was, right? You said the window?
Yep.
Okay, I'll just keep making my way up the stairs to the next floor.
Okay. Up to area 3. We're going up the stairs to area 3. Let me take you over there and put you where you would be.
Okay.
Hold on. And we're going to make sure that... Is that 3? Yes. Okay, there you are. You're in area 3.
Okay.
And I'm going to move this so that chat can see it.
Where? Ah, there you go. Okay, I'll just keep slowly making my way up.
All right. You continue to creep up the stairs. Now, before I give you the description, we're just going to flit back down to the rest of the family. Let's see. Based on where you are, Trip, give me a perception roll.
Okay. He's good. That's
19. All right. You're able to see past the windmill because of your positioning, which also allows you to see kind of the front of the windmill and the road. You can see a small figure pulling a cart, making her way back up the road towards you. She's not moving particularly quickly, but best estimation.
Estimation?
estimation.
Yeah. Maybe you got 10 minutes before she gets to the windmill.
We're gonna need a distraction.
Okay. Meanwhile, back upstairs. So you're gonna creep to the top of the stairs.
Yep.
Dancing around a thick wooden gear shaft in the center of this cramped circular room. You can kind of see bundles of rags. There is a ladder that leads up to the top floor. A kind of gnarly looking bed. And a closet with no door. Inside the rotting wooden closet are 3 crates, stacked one on top of the other. With very small doors set in them. Next to the closet, there's that big pile of heaped discarded clothes. A moldy, and the bed is kind of like covered in mold and obviously damp. Now, one of the larger crate at the bottom, the door is open.
Okay. The 2 smaller crates that are sat on top of it are still, the door is closed. Give me a perception check, please.
Not my best. Okay.
Perception. Yep.
Do you want
Not gonna roll. No,
Okay.
it's not gonna matter.
All right, no problem.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
I think I'll kind of peer in and just give like a little.
You can see the window that was being drawn on is right here.
Okay.
And you can see the markings in the dust, but no sign of anybody.
Okay, I'll give a.
Psst, hello, is anybody in? Is anybody in here? If there is, don't make any noise. My name is Octavius Excellente, and I'm here to rescue you.
Okay. You see creeping out from underneath the bed a small child.
Okay.
Give me just a second to position said small child. I say small child. To you, he's probably about the size of you.
Yeah.
He comes creeping out. He goes, looking very kind of white and pasty. He says,
The old woman took us. She took us from the village. Please take us home.
Yes, I that's what I'm here to do.
It's not just me. There is a girl right there in the crate.
and he points at the smaller of the two crates.
She's locked in there. We need to get her out too.
That double rescue, Octavius. What have you gotten yourself into? Of course, that's what I'm here for.
And I'll walk over to the crate.
Okay. So the larger crate that he obviously was in originally, there's a small padlock that is kind of like hanging loosely on a hook that was kind of on the door. The smaller chest, however, still has the padlock intact.
Okay. And he said there's the girls in the bigger one?
No, the girl's in the one that's locked.
Oh, the one that's locked. Okay.
Yep.
Well,
on closer inspection, you notice that there are like little holes in the top of the crate, probably no more than about half an inch. Enough to allow air to go in and out, but that's about it. When you get close to the crate, and obviously after the conversations, you hear whimpering from inside.
Okay. I do have thieves' tools. That's the one thing I took. So I'll kind of take it out, and it's this nice ornate leather roll that I put on top and go, and it rolls out in front of me.
Let's see. The best tool for the job. Think, Octavius, think.
And I'll pull out the piece that I think would fit best for this type of padlock.
Okay.
Go right ahead.
All right, so sleight of hand.
The lock. Yep. But you're using you're using your tools to do it. So.
I do. Does that give me anything? I don't know if it does.
I believe it's required to do the
for a lock pick. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Then I'll just roll straight then. Oh baby.
Bam!
There it is. Octavius picks the right tool.
Natural 20!
Man, it's like those lockpicking.
Do you want to use that bardic inspiration on that?
Yeah, I want to make it up to a 31.
Do it.
Well, seeing as nobody actually bet on you, sucks to be them, doesn't it?
Well, Chad, here we are again.
So loud.
It's always the way. Whoever you don't bet on gets the 20.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Stop doing that.
yeah, you're like... And very quickly, very easily, and very quietly, you loose off the padlock, and within literally seconds, it's in your hand. Now, while this is going on, everybody downstairs, so that you are all aware that the woman is making her way up the hill. Octavius has been in there 2 or 3 minutes, and she is coming in y'all's direction, pulling her cart behind her. Is there anything you guys wish to do?
Yeah, I would have pointed it out and been like, we need a distraction. It looks like Mama's home.
Do I recognize that as the lady that was selling them prior, or?
It would appear to be the one that sold you the pies originally.
It is a good thing I did not disguise myself as her. That would be awkward.
Oh, that would have been good.
She would be in for it.
I'm the real mother, not her!
And then the old turn and switcheroo, you know? Which one is
You're
it?
the real mother.
That
Then
would be
tell
fun.
me what my favorite flavor child is.
I have
Wrong. It's Ginger's. Let's solve
my back against the windmill,
Uh-huh.
right?
Sorry, Chrissy.
Because I'm figuring if Octavius gets out of that window again, he needs to drop down into something. So I want to be there to catch him, I guess.
Yeah.
Especially the...
So I don't even think I'm aware that this woman's returning home because my back is
I mean, other than if Trip
family.
Trip is
I mean,
the
like,
only one that
I
would.
was kind of like pointing at it and like talking with
Yeah,
people.
so he's probably
He'd see me doing
he's
that.
made everybody aware that she's coming. So if any of you that wanted to kind of lean and look around will have seen her. And I'm
Right.
assuming Douglas did because he tried to ID her.
Yes.
So
Is the rest of the family visible from the road while she comes up? Because I mean, I know they're down the hill on the far side. But if
not
the-
easily, no. I mean, and all you got to do is move to the side, and then there's a windmill between you and her.
Right.
So
And that windmill is between me and her, right?
yeah,
So-
correct. And I mean, and she was kind of a good ways away, and you had the height advantage. So that's kind of why Trip saw. You know, it's more like Trip kind of caught a glimpse of something moving, and then it drew his eyes to it, and that's when he noticed it was her coming up. But she probably hasn't seen y'all at this point. She
So
certainly didn't speed up or act any differently. She's still just dragging her cart behind her.
So I'm just gonna kind of gesture to everyone to like join him against the flat of the wall of the windmill.
I would just kind of look at everyone and be like, "Yeah, that's probably our best move."
Yeah, let's go, everybody, quietly.
So y'all gonna kind of like move with your backs to
Sneak
the.
up.
Okay.
I keep voices low.
Yeah.
We could sick whiskey on her and then be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry about my dog," and then have a full dialogue there. Dad, you're great at talking for a long period of time about nothing. Probably just the time
It's a
we need.
skill.
Okay. I mean, we'll have to talk about that later. But yeah, I can do that. Now or
You might want to go back around the hill a little bit, but it would
Okay.
help, I think.
I'm gonna take whiskey.
I'm gonna pat him on the shoulder and be like, "It's a weird skill, but I'm glad you have the skill." And that's a bardic inspiration there.
Okay.
Thank
Please be
you.
careful, Dad.
I will.
Maybe I should hoist someone up to the window. Right. below.
Get an ear on it, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Put me up.
So I'm gonna hoist Trip onto that platform above.
Okay.
And I'll just kind of sit by the window and kind of like listen in because I want to know the situation, how it's going.
Okay.
Right.
So Douglas and Whiskey,
Yes.
exactly what are you gonna do?
So I am going to whisper in his ear and go, "Okay, boy, it's time to get rowdy." And I'm going to point over at the old lady, and I want him to go. And that's our
He goes-
cue for when me and him do crazy play all the time. Oh, and he's going to go straight for her and just
Apparently
start
he's like Scooby-Doo.
bounding at her. Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna do like a sick boy, sick the old lady.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
So he's going to go.
So Whiskey will go bounding down the hill towards the woman.
hmm
Are you visible at this point, or are you staying behind so you can't be seen?
I'm going to stay until I can't be seen, until I can hear her kind of engaging with him. And then I'm going to run up to...
I just hope she doesn't magic him
Okay.
to death in the meantime.
Well,
I'll be right there. I'll be right there.
Yep, Whiskey goes charging down. You will hear her shriek like, "Ah!" And then you'll hear like a... And a glowing black ball flies from her hand and slams into
Uh-oh.
Whiskey, doing 5 points of magic damage.
Of course.
Oh, no.
What a
I'm going to come running up and be like, "Okay, where's that ball at, boy?"
Okay, so you're going to kind of run down towards him.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, Whiskey was probably... is he going to... I'm assuming Whiskey's going to stop once he gets...
I would
Yeah.
imagine he got herded. Yes.
Okay.
whiskey is on the rocks.
She will stop and look at you and say, "What's going
Shaken,
No!
but not stirred.
Oh.
on?" She will kind of look at you and she says,
Who are you? Oh. They were that delicious, were they?
Oh yeah. Well, look at that. What a wonderful circumstance to see you out here today. What happened to my dog?
He was going to hurt me, so I threw a ball at him.
Oh no. I'm so sorry. We were just playing fetch. He gets really he needs his exercise all the time, so we have a little rowdy game of fetch, and he was just going for the ball.
But
he's
have you been inside? Did you get your pies already?
yeah. Actually, I wanted to see how did sales go today for you out there? And I'm just gonna kind of come over and
trip.
Oh, I can
I've
see
been
that.
on
What?
the road for a couple of days, but
Yeah.
I've been very successful. Yes.
Oh, okay. Good. What was your best seller today? Really fancy the apple.
Well, you know how it is. They're all so delicious. They all sold very quickly.
Yeah, that's
I was
pretty
able
good.
to procure more ingredients.
okay, so that's going on.
Okay.
Same time, I'm keeping track of time and what's going on in sections here. So,
Sorry, we split the party, Gar.
no, hey, it's absolutely fine. It makes
This is
perfect
a
sense.
sting operation.
I'm
Sorry,
just-
not
That's
sorry,
right.
really.
I'm just trying to kind of keep
You gotta
track
Italian job
of
it.
what's happening when, so
Yes,
I can
Italian job.
keep the time correct. Okay. So you've done that, and open the. I'm assuming you're opening the door of the crate.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Well, in that case, then, a small girl will come crawling out of the crate.
Okay. I'm going to turn to the boy who I first talked to. Is there anybody else in here?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
At least there were only us two when she brought us here from the village.
And what is up the ladder here?
I do not know. I have not explored other than whenever she fed us last, I think she forgot to lock my padlock properly, so I was able to sneak out. I overheard noises downstairs. I tried to motion for help on the window. Did you see my face?
Yes, that is why I'm here. Good. That was a good thinking. Good job.
How do we escape? We cannot go. If we go down there, they will see us.
Right. I am working on that, formulating. So stay right here for a moment. Be quiet, the two of you. Being very brave, very very proud of you. I'm gonna
He'll
check
kind of come
upstairs.
over and put his arm around the little girl.
All right, and I'm going to make my way over to the ladder and check to see if there's anybody else in here.
Okay. You can ascend the ladder to the top floor.
Okay.
Oh, nope, wrong person. Let's get you. All right, once you get to the top, basically you've reached the windmill's peak, a domed chamber filled with old, clunky machinery. Other than that, there's not a whole lot of room here. A very small amount of light slips in this kind of attic through some cracks and holes in the wall, but that's about all you're seeing up here.
Okay, so to me, there's really nothing of importance up here.
No, I mean, this is where the actual shaft and the mechanism for the wind, the windmill props, and the windmill prop is here, and the blades are
Okay.
on the other side of that. But that's about it.
Octavius, he'd have no interest in this, so I would descend back down the stairs to the kids.
Okay, back down the ladder it is.
Yeah. And ladder, right. And then I would come over to the window that he drew on.
Okay.
And see if I could pop that baby open.
You can. So the difference here with this on this floor, the windows have been nailed shut.
Okay.
Like somebody's made these to where they're not going to open, which logically stands to reason if you're trying to trap kids in here, right?
Sure.
Now, that's not to say that you might not be able to get to prying and remove some of those nails to get it open, but not quickly and easily.
Gotcha. Okay. I think I would at least... do I trust these kids? I at least want to see how tough it would be to get these nails out of there.
Okay. Go ahead then and give me... I'm going to say that I'm going to let this come down to sleight of hand as well for you.
Okay.
Just because, there's certain knacks to the use of things, and you could probably use
my
skill and
dexterous
leverage more than brute strength. I mean... Okay. So the nails are mostly, they were rushed to be hammered in, and most of them are bent, and they're kind of wood nails with big, kind of very large heads on the nails. Mm-hmm. So it's not that hard for you to kind of pop a dagger behind them and pop them out.
Okay.
There's probably about 3 on each side, so probably wouldn't take you more than, half a minute or so.
Okay.
If that's what you wish to do.
That is what I wish to do.
Alrighty. Meanwhile, downstairs, so the old lady is going to continue to walk up the hill, pulling her cart as she's talking to you.
She says, "So, did you say you did get your pies, dearie, or do you need some?"
Oh yeah, no, I got a big old batch, so that's good. I just, I'm just so curious about your process. If you could walk me through exactly how you make each pie.
I'd love to show you, my dear. Come with me.
Oh no! I'm a verbal learner, so I like to just hear it from you, if you wouldn't mind, and we'll just give them a break back there. I already picked their brains long enough, so if I could just,
okay.
Such a nice day.
She stops and she says,
"I saw you in the village, didn't I? That's where you bought the pies, in the Barovian village."
Yeah, you remember?
I do.
Me and my brother?
I do, and where would he be right now?
Oh, he's
the little group of children that you had with you, where are they?
They're all over there in the forest. They're just he's
in the forest.
Well, just in the woods there. He had to go to the bathroom, and then because he said it, then my son did, and once you got one going, you might as well get all 3 to go. So I had them all just go in there for a little potty break while me and Whiskey stayed out here and play a little fetch.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. I would buy it.
I want a deception skill roll
it's not
from
the
you,
worst
please.
lie.
What?
Deception skill roll.
A deception.
Yeah, we don't get to roll. This isn't used very often, but this really fits what you're doing right now.
Bardic inspiration on that one if you need it.
Oh, thank you
That's
for
right.
the reminder. Yes.
Does mine still stick, Satch, or did it go away when you gave
no,
it to...
it sticks. You
Okay.
have it basically.
Oh boy.
Do you wish to use Bardic Inspiration, or do you feel like a D6 isn't going to make much difference at this
Don't
point?
think it's gonna make a difference. So I'll go with that.
Okay.
Oh no.
Doug, you're a lot of things. A liar's not one of them.
I know.
You
Like,
spin
oh, no.
you spin your very loosely woven tail, and she kind of squints at you with her aged wisdom, and she says,
Oh, well, that's fine. As I said, follow me.
and now she's starting to pull the cart a little quicker, and she's moving up the hill. However, the other thing you've noticed is the hunched back, slow movement is now much more an upright, brisk walk as she's pulling the cart with one hand and like frog marching up the hill as fast and as easily as you or Seth could.
Yeah, so we get the fruit or the meat, and we make the flour. We grind the flour up,
And she's she's talking to you as she's walking up the hill, but her eyes are fixed firmly on the door.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that sounds good. Okay. Can you just give me a second? I just got to check on my dog. Whiskey boy, are you doing okay? Let's just check on him, make sure he's all right after that little whatever you did to him. What did you do to him exactly? You want to explain that?
Oh, I threw a ball at him.
A ball of what?
A ball.
Like just a regular ball? Where is the ball? I didn't see the ball. You gotta help me find this ball. He loves balls. Let me tell you. I really could use a few extra. If we could.
It's laying on the ground somewhere, I'm sure.
Oh.
And she's still moving with vigor towards that door.
You know what? It might have landed in the cart. If I could and I'm going to start trying to lift up the, does she, cover it with anything?
Nope, but there is a big Hessian sack, which is lumpy and moving on the cart. You've noticed.
I'm going to try to stop the cart, with my own hands, just so I can kind of start digging around in it.
Mid-split, we are
when you kind of approach the cart like that, she rears back and just belts you right in the kisser.
Oh.
This old lady can hit.
It's all the calcium.
Damn it.
Basically, yeah, but it didn't feel like a punch. It felt like Wolverine. And you notice that her hands are kind of her fingernails are considerably longer than what you remember right at the point of impact, as she did that. And as she does that, suddenly you notice that she's got horns on her head, and her skin has now gone black and kind of like a dark midnight color, and she is all kind of leathery and warty and doesn't look like the woman she did before. In fact, she looks quite hideous. What would you like to do?
What would you like to do?
I'm so sorry, and I'm gonna see her transformation be like, you know what? Actually, I'm so sorry. You know what? I would love a pie if we could just take a break.
Okay.
And I could just have a little bit of pie. That'd be fine. We'll just have a seat, you and me, and have a pie among friends.
Right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and move you guys down here a little. Now, for the sake of putting you on the map, I'm going to put you here so that chat and everybody can see you, but you're actually not as close to...
Yeah.
You're not as close to this as...
I mean, so...
It would appear.
Doug kept his composure with the noise as we're getting hits, but I imagine Whiskey would bark or something, right?
I would say it's probably fair to say that Whiskey is probably... Now that this has happened, Whiskey is probably... losing his shit, yeah.
So, I mean, obviously I would... Down at the bottom floor, I would peek. I want to see, right? So...
Okay. Yeah, you'll peer down, and about halfway down the hill, you will see Doug, and you will see the cart, and you will see a hideous, nasty-looking blue hag.
Okay, so I would be like, Gemma.
Here.
Arena. Your father's in trouble. He's in trouble.
Oh, boy.
Oh, hello.
There you go.
You know.
Oh my goodness.
And as I said, this is not this close to, you know.
So I would get Gemma and Irina's attention, and I would be like, Trip, it's in trouble. Below your father.
Right.
Okay.
in River City.
So while that's going on, so Trip, you will hear that. Now, again, while all of that was transpiring, let's go back to Octavius Excellente. Right, so yeah, about 30 seconds later, you have popped out the nails to where you can get that window open.
Okay, and I will open the window.
All right. Well, you open the window and kind of like peer down. It's basically 10 feet down from here to the rickety walkway.
Okay.
What's your game plan?
Trip would be right under him at that point.
Trip is in the window directly below him. You're kind of sitting out on the outside, so you'll probably see him like peer out up above you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll peer over the window and see Trip down there and say, I point like there's two kids. Here, it's 2 kids. And I will peer back in and say, okay, and I'll come over to the girl. All right, do you both trust me?
No.
Let me rephrase. Do you want to get out of here?
Okay, when you say do you trust me, they both just kind of look at each other and then look at you. When you say you don't get out, what do you want out of here? Then they're like,
okay, I need you to just not make a noise. Can we do that? Can we play the quiet game? Right. All right, so
I'll take the girl and usher her to the window
okay,
and kind of get out onto the ledge with her.
all right. So yeah, Trip.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up, see that, and then I'm gonna remember like this is what such and said. I'm just gonna be like, "Go help him. We've got this."
You said it to who? Seth?
To Seth.
Oh.
Okay.
Like,
So yeah,
you're muted, Shaggy. I didn't hear what you said.
Gemma, are you sure?
Yeah, it's 2 kids. I've been handling 2 kids my whole life.
Yeah, but you're so high up. I mean,
Yeah, I'll just get squashed. It's fine. Do you have something you can they can climb down? No, nothing.
the children, they're not climbing.
No, like a rope or something.
I don't think they're capable. They're very
Drop
weak.
and catch. Drop and catch.
How little are these kids?
About my size, he
they're
said.
about his. Yeah, they're about his size.
How is your size looking these days?
Like 3.5 feet ish.
Oh, so
yeah,
like,
you're
probably
dealing
like
with
40
like
pounds
about
at
an
most.
8-year-old boy and maybe a 6-year-old girl.
So 40 pounds and like 35 pounds respectively. Okay. Not that
Yeah,
I
you're
know
not the
how much
strongest
children
in the
weigh
world,
for
and
any reason.
again,
particular.
from a 10-foot drop.
I'm pretty weak, so like I'm gonna be like, again, if there's anything you can just like have them hold on to get them lower.
Right.
Hands, his
Meanwhile,
hands.
I'm
That's what I
gonna
was
like
gonna
close
do.
the window next to me.
okay. So meanwhile, so after you got left hooked and she did her transformation, you're gonna have to roll. In fact, I think because technically this could all pan out at any point. I think we're gonna want initiatives from everybody.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and get those.
14.
Alright.
Gotta click
6.
right. Hold on, there we go. 10 again. That's the second 10 for my initiative.
You got a +5.
I know.
Alrighty.
That's so much.
And let me roll.
Yet so little.
They. Okay. All right, Douglas, what do you want to do?
I want to do something crazy, Gore.
Okay.
Are you ready
Crazy's
for
always
this?
good.
Okay. I am going to jump into the cart and, well, I'm going to push the cart and jump into the cart down the hill.
Okay, it's a two-wheeled hand cart.
It won't roll.
Oh, it will roll.
Right.
But bearing in mind, it's only got the 2 wheels. It's not 4, so it's not going to be the stablest of rides. Let's put it this way. I will absolutely let you do it, and then you're going to have to use an athletics check to kind of balance the cart to stop the front end digging in and flipping you over. Or
surfing the cart down the hill?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely gonna
Yes.
be doing
You're
that.
surfing
Yes.
that shit.
I'm a surfing dude for sure.
Shred that cart.
And you have inspiration. You have
You do
a.
I
have
have my
bardic
bardic
inspiration.
inspiration. I am
Yes.
doing that.
And you
to
do
get,
have the
I'm going to try to
initiative ahead
pull
of
her
her,
as
so,
far away.
all right. Make this happen, because this is going to be cool.
Please.
And there's a
did you
bag
say?
of child in there. There's a bag of child.
Acrobatics or athletics?
It's really going to be
Ooh, but-
athletics, because it's really, you're not tumbling or anything like that. You're going to be using your athletics to kind of balance it out and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's all about
strength,
athleticism.
Right? So like keep it.
All right. Okay, here goes.
Doug.
Okay.
Doug.
That's acrobatics.
Yeah, roll.
You wrote acrobatics.
What? No,
Athletics is actually
Oh.
better for you, I think.
No, I clicked. I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
was hovering over the.
It
Yeah, just give it
rolled
another go.
acrobatics.
There we
There
go.
we go. Much better.
Oh.
Do
Hell
you
yeah,
want?
shred it.
Do you want to use your bardic inspiration, or do you think it's not necessary?
I would throw it on.
Yeah, I think I want to use it for this.
Roll an
This
extra
is-
d6 and add it
Make
to the
this
total.
happen, you know.
You might shoot that pie, dude.
Okay. You take off running, you jump on top of it, and very quickly you kind of find the balance point over the 2 wheels, and with the sheer weight of you landing in the cart, it is bulldozing down the hill as fast as possible. Okay, everybody inside and out will hear a very loud scream. And
Christy, that's amazing.
what are your dogs doing?
I
Whiskey
love that so
goes
much.
at the same time as
Thank
you.
you.
What is Whiskey doing? Whiskey, it runs on your initiative.
Whiskey is going to run after me.
Okay, so Whiskey
I
is
haven't
also
given him a
running
command,
down the
so
hill. Okay.
yeah, he's gonna come with.
Alrighty.
Oh my God.
So, on her turn, she is doing a thing.
She is.
Yeah.
Great.
Seth, you will see her vanish,
Ooh.
and then you will see her appear about 10 feet in front of the cart.
Oh.
So Douglas, as you're bulldozing, suddenly you're like, ha-ha, looking behind you while it, and then as you glance back, she's not there, and you look in front of you, and there she is, directly in front of you, claws poised and raised, and you're
Cool.
bulldozing straight at her. Now, with the loud scream, you will also hear some movement inside Trip. You'll hear,
That sounded like Mother! Quickly, to the door!
No.
I'm gonna go
coming
down
from the
down
other
to
two
Seth. I'm
hands.
like, they're coming to the door. Keep it shut.
Okay, Seth, do you want to do anything at that point?
It's
Well,
freaking
actually, because you are next in the initiative.
it's freaking Trip, right? When we got to the door, did it open inwardly or outwardly? I just don't remember.
It opened inward.
These things were super strong. I'm just gonna be like,
Most outside doors do open inwards.
yeah, that's true. Shit. And I'm gonna dash over and grip the handle of the door and put all my weight and strength backwards to hold it shut.
Okay, yep. And the door is
I hate
kind of
this.
directly where you are. It's right below the window.
So then you can like go over.
This is like the worst idea ever. I'm holding these 2 things at bay and they're really strong. Oy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just killed me. You just
right.
killed me again, Zach.
Strength check. Strength versus strength. There's only one of them trying to open the door, obviously.
Come on, you got it.
Ooh, we got another raid.
Another raid! Chaotic
Hey,
Games,
Chaotic,
thank you for the
thank you.
raid. Chaotic,
Thank you,
I can
Chaotic
make
Games.
fast
take your
skills
pants
roll.
off.
Woo!
Welcome to the show. And we very much
We're
thank you
holding the
guys
door.
for hitting
Hold door.
Hold the door. I'm just
Ah,
seeing
give me a
if I-
strength check.
I know.
Seth,
athletics
let's
check,
see
right?
you hold the door. No, this would be straight. I mean, it would be just strength.
Strength to strength.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me cancel out.
Oh,
so I
and
don't
I
accidentally
gave
roll.
you one of those in Spose, I think.
No, you.
I
No,
did?
you.
No, I
you
meant
gave
He
us
didn't
the
get one.
tables.
You didn't
Look
get
at
one. I
this.
couldn't reach it.
Cute ass emojis
What
up
a
there.
nice
Ooh.
roll, anyway.
I made it!
Look at you.
There we
Go,
go!
Nice.
Seth. Woo! Alrighty. Now, as you already know, they are strong.
Yes, they are, which is why it's a horrible idea.
But that was a pretty good roll, buddy.
That was.
So you kind of like grab hold of the handle and brace your feet against the base of it, leaning back as best you can.
Big Joe style. Nice.
Oh.
And obviously, she was not expecting anybody to be doing that. She just come up and grabbed hold of the handle and tried to open it. And it's like,
The door's stuck, sister. The door's bloody well stuck.
at least for now, you kept them in there. Okay. While this commotion is going on, we're going to go back upstairs to Octavius. Okay. So Trip's below you, and this is really... So here in the rescue attempt, we've got Octavius in the room upstairs. We have Trip in the window below. What's Gemma doing during all this time? Seth and Douglas are taking care of Mother and the daughters.
I am looking between the two, trying to figure out where more help is needed. And then I decide probably Seth needs more help. So, I go, what
I'm
can I do?
around, by the way, Jen.
Sorry, that's not you. Okay. Yeah, I'm running this way.
Okay, yeah, he's kind of down here. Okay. All right. So you're going to charge around and get to Seth. Okay. And of course, you will see down the hill, Daddy is surfing surfing Arconis down the hill, heading straight towards a ugly-looking hag. Okay. So, yeah. What's the game plan for getting the kitties out of here, folks?
Well,
I'm like, what? Well, okay, a person's like 5.5 feet. My arm's up, that's like another like, what, 3 feet. So like, yeah, I'm looking at 7 feet. Upstretch,
so
maybe. It's a 10-foot window.
So yeah, if Octavius lowers her out of the window, you can probably just about reach her feet.
Okay.
that's what I would try to do then.
And she's like,
Yeah.
what, 35 pounds? She's big.
She's not very big.
Like, yeah, so, yeah, that'll probably work.
Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely what we would attempt to do.
What is your strength?
Mine, I got a 9.
Yeah, you're not the strongest person in the world. Okay.
Oh,
But you know, I'm actually... So, with this, you're really more trying to guide her safely from there down to the platform. You're not trying to hold
Yeah,
her
I'm not
up.
like holding her up. And
So,
not lifting, I'm just
I would
guiding her
let you
down.
use... I would probably let you make an athletic skill roll.
Okay.
To try to just maneuver her and use your body and the wall to kind of slide her down without actually, you know...
Yep, it's a straight roll for me.
Probably better than what you had before, though.
Yeah, it's better than a 1.
Hold on.
Oh.
Let's see. No, no, yeah, athletics is going to be the same anyway. Okay, all right. So here's what happens.
I would like to use my inspiration.
Then you can re-roll that by all means.
It's
Not a
lame
bad
use,
plan.
But I don't want to drop a child down through the catwalk and then we both crash down and die because of the
In
two.
fact, in this case, if you're going to use inspiration, seeing as it's not like a huge thing, I'm going to just say that it will indeed succeed. then.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if you're going to use your inspiration, yep. She starts to topple, and like lets out a as she's about to fall, but you're quick enough to kind of like lean
Cradle the
back and
head.
catch her with your arm before she topples over, and then scoop her back on to the window ledge, breathing heavily as you do so.
Nice.
So she is now going to be on your level.
I'm gonna kind of like look to Irina
her
and just
up
be
here.
like, "Are you ready to receive the child, Irina?"
Okay, yeah, Irina will run underneath and be ready to catch the kid then.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so while that's going on, let's deal with hags and surfing and things.
Oh, goody.
Alrighty. Well, Douglas, you have the initiative before she
Okay.
does. She is
Great.
poised and ready to strike as you come charging down towards her. What do you want to
Great.
do?
I'm gonna pull out my longbow and I'm going to shoot her.
Okay, so surfing down. We got a right Legolas going on here, except
I
instead
see.
of a lithe, athletic-looking elf, we have
A handsome, handsome dad.
a
Is what you were
we have a
about to
big,
say.
hefty dude.
Mhm.
I visualize more like, instead of Legolas, I visualize more like Chris Farley. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beverly Hills Ninja.
Okay. Go
Nice.
ahead and take a shot at her if you wish.
Okay.
Ooh, we got a
Sexiest dude ever.
For Christy for
For
surfing
me,
the
for
board.
surfing.
Oh, inspiration! Yes, indeed. Okay, there's a poll. Everybody, by all means, you can choose to get in on
I
that.
think that's a
Nice.
good idea.
If you think that
if you
that
think it wasn't,
surfing was worthy of an inspiration point, vote on it. Our rules are basically, as long as we have a minimum number of certain votes and the majority, then inspiration is awarded. And that's a thing that we let chat decide. So there we go. Okay, well, you will hit her.
Great. And I'm gonna bonus action. I should have said that before.
But
Damn it.
that's okay.
I'm gonna put a hunter's mark on her as well.
I have no problem with you doing that retroactive.
Yeah, you would have done
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
it's one
I
of
get
those.
so
things.
caught up in my acrobatic.
Nice.
So there's
Oh,
that.
good.
Nice, Christy.
Good
Nice.
Alrighty.
All right.
And my hair is billowing beautifully, by the way.
Of course.
Skirt open a little bit, chest hair just breezing around. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous.
All right. Well, the arrow does find its mark, but it certainly didn't seem to do as much as you thought it should.
Of course not.
Okay. In that case, if that's your action, is there anything you want to do movement-wise, or are you just
I'm
going to
going
ride the car and...
I'm going straight for her.
It's coming right for us!
Yeah. Playing
Okay.
chicken with her right now.
Yeah, Alrighty, in that case, what she is going to do, is she's not going to stand there and let it bulldoze into you, but she is going to sidestep it and swat at you as you go by with one of her big, nasty talons. Let's see here. Yep. Okie dokie. Yep, as you go zooming by, she just kind of like sidesteps and swipes at you. And fortunately for you, in true surfer style, you're able to just kind of like body shift, and she catches nothing but air as it goes
So
whooshing
cool.
by,
I love
and you
this.
continue to
So
disappear
cool.
down the hill away from her. Once again, she screeches in frustration as you and her bag of child are fast going away from her, and she's not too happy about that.
Great.
Meanwhile, the other two are going to be trying to pull open the door. And have one more attempt at this. Okay. There's still only room for one of them, really, to get to grab hold of the handle. So, Seth, you get a resist a 12.
You got it.
You got it. Yeah.
Yep. Again, this time with more effort and vigor, you feel the woman from inside start to yank harder on the thing. But you are still able to grip and hold that solid.
Gemma, there are 2 of them in there, and I can't hold this forever.
Okay.
Keep holding.
So, Trip, you want to lower the next... You want to drop the girl down to Irina?
To Irina. Yeah, it's less dangerous now, so I'm like less concerned, honestly.
Yep. And Irina is a little bit more stronger and athletic, and she can kind of catch her. So, okay, the girl is down.
And then I'm just going to turn around immediately and be like, next.
Okay. It's boy time. So you're going to get the little boy and do the same thing, I'm assuming?
Yep.
All right, give me that roll, Trip.
It's not aided in any way.
You got it.
I'm really small.
Okay.
Not bad.
Okay.
Just enough.
It's average, yeah.
It's all right.
You catch him, and it almost is enough. His weight being a little more is almost enough to topple you and him off the ledge. But at the last minute, you're able to kind of reach in and grab your fingers around the lip of the window frame to stop yourself falling. So you have now got him down to your level.
This is the most barred thing ever, I swear to God. Put me in a really weird position to just help out.
Okay. All right, Seth. I'm assuming. Douglas. Are you doing anything, or are you just going to continue to ride?
I'm kiting her as far away as I can, so I'm just continuing to ride on down.
Okay. In that case, she is going to chase after you, yelling and screaming and telling you that she is, when she catches you,
When I get my talons on you, I'm gonna make your insides your outsides.
No.
No, I don't like that
I'm
at all.
gonna take out your hip bone and use the 2 big holes as a mess.
And then I'm going to find your children and make them into pies.
I hope you valued your life.
No, you're not.
well, you're still zooming down the hill, and she's running behind you, looking like some weird, messed up, hunchbacked old lady holding her skirt up and hobbling down the hill. Whiskey's just running alongside the cart, thinking that this is a fun game.
Love it.
Okay. Which brings us back to Seth and Gemma. One more turn. This time,
Is Gemma gonna do anything? Gemma?
I thought I didn't have it.
Wait, do I get to actually
It was my
attack her
turn.
when I'm on it, or
if you
sorry?
want to, that's what I'm saying. If you want to take a shot at her
Okay,
as you
yeah,
zoom
sorry,
down the
don't
hill,
let
you
me-
can.
Yeah, I don't want to miss out on that. Sorry.
Yeah, sure.
You all get turns.
I won't miss out on that thing.
I gotta make sure when she says that
Yeah,
about
I mean,
taking
Gemma,
my
if you
kids.
decide you want to do something, you're.
Yeah, I did. Want
Okay.
To do something.
Do you want to go first,
Burn it down.
Jane, or
Yeah. What were you?
Sure.
So
It's
what
all
were you
mine.
going to do last turn?
I
guess,
was
if
going
you-
to look for. I was going to see first of all if there's a window close by.
There
the
are no
door or
other
not.
windows. No.
No other windows.
The only
Oh,
windows
crap.
are the ones. So there are actually no windows on the ground floor at all.
Yeah. Okay. And how far at this point are Doug and the?
Well, actually, it's probably better for.
Whoa.
I'm going to move you two
Okay.
to here because this makes more sense. Put you on this map
Right.
because that's kind of where you are.
Yeah. Okay. And how far away are Doug and?
They're a good way down the hill at this point with the mother chasing behind her. She's she's probably moving slightly fast. She's probably moving at about 40. A movement rate of about 40. Mother's moving at about 30. So she's slowly outpacing her. But the bottom of that hill is coming pretty soon.
Who to help? Okay. Are they within 120 feet or even?
Oh, they're way
than
further
that?
than that.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna stay here for now then, and I'm going to cast Dragon's Breath on Seth and just say, if the door opens, just breathe fire into the room and close the door again.
Okay. So you have that.
It's not the actual.
It doesn't actually cast, but that's just so you guys in chat can see what it does. And basically, it gives Seth 1 minute's worth of ability to breathe a 15-foot breath weapon. It does 3d6.
Or let it open, do the fire, and then close it again. Either way.
Okay. So this next turn coming up, do you wish to do that? Do you want to let the door go? Or do you want to continue to try to hold on?
It's a wooden door, right?
Mm-hmm.
I am going... Well, I figure with the momentum as it is, if I just stop holding onto it when they try to open it with force, they'll fly backwards, right?
It's a fair assumption.
So I'm going to...
Depends how athletic they are.
Look, Gemma's the smart one, so I'm going to follow her lead and just let go and prepare my burpee fire breath.
Okay, so you're going to be like...
Yep.
Okay. So, yep. Here's what'll happen. So, as soon as you do that, the door will indeed fly open. This one will kind of go staggering and stumbling back into the room. And, yeah, you can let loose your breath weapon. It'll hit her, but this one's close enough that it'll hit her too.
Just burp my fire. Ooh. Yep.
Alrighty.
Not terrible.
DC, so it's a 14 dex save. Okay, let's give them their dex saves.
Can I help close the door afterwards?
Let's do this. Okay.
Make it like a little 2-man job, just boom,
Right, like
boom, boom.
Yeah.
grab the hand real quick.
Okay, so this is for the one that's directly in the path. The one in the green dress. First roll. She's going to have that down to rounded up, so that'll be 5. And the other one is going to roll again, because they have advantage on all saves.
Ooh.
But she still failed, so she
Nice.
takes 9 points of damage. Okay.
Eat it, lady.
So that was... but also we need to roll Douglas's arrow shot as well. 'Cause we just kind of crammed 2 Gemma rounds into one. So go ahead and give me your shot against Mother down the hill. That will hit.
Nice.
And
extra love.
okay.
Mwah. Oh, well,
It's a little kiss.
Just a little extra kiss.
Little lip.
Sticky.
Freaking nice.
No, not
Alrighty.
again.
no, don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it again.
What?
So, back to Octavius. What do you want to do, Octavius? The boy and the girl are now... The girl is on the ground. The boy is down to Trip's level.
I can see them. Can I see them struggling, or can I hear them struggling at the front door? Is that something
you
I'm
probably
aware
hear
of?
it, but you certainly couldn't
You
see
can
it.
probably hear it.
All right. Well, then Octavius is going to turn on his heel, and he's going to start stealthily making his way back downstairs.
Okay, so you're going to move... yeah, there you go. Okay. So you're going to move down, and you say you're doing it stealthily.
I am.
Okay.
Well, with all the ruckus going on down there.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be too stealthy to be stealthy at that
Perfect.
point,
That's what I'm hoping.
Yep. Alrighty. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie.
Excellent.
Alright, Seth.
Excellent.
No, sorry. Douglas.
There it is.
There we
Doug,
go.
you are pretty much coming to the bottom of the hill.
Okay.
The wagon is going to run out of steam all by itself.
Right.
You can ride it to its full fruition if you wish, or you can leap off at any point. Probably another 2 rounds of mobility total.
Do I hear anything coming out of this wiggly bag?
It's moving,
Uh-huh.
and you can probably hear muffled as it being bumped as it bounces down the hill.
Fair assumption it's full of children.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at here. Just want to make sure I know. So I don't want to abandon the cart because I don't want them to just crash into whatever is at the bottom. What are we looking at? Like, where are we headed?
So it kind of comes down to the bottom, and then it's going to start. It'll hit the road, and on the other side of the road, it'll start going back up. So it's really going to just kind of run out of steam. It's not going to go smashing into any trees or anything like that.
Is there any cover or anything nearby?
Not really.
Like where the road cuts in, I guess.
Not a whole lot. I mean, but really the only thing is, I mean, there's on the other side of the hill, like when you get down to the bottom where the road is and it starts to go back up the other side of the hill, if you was to scramble up that hill eventually, you could probably find some rocks or boulders or something to kind of hide behind.
Okay. Gotcha.
But
yes, so then I'm going to, I mean, you tell me how the timing of it works. Basically what I want to do is reach down with my dagger and try to cut the top of the bag off, like wherever it's been knotted, basically to keep it down so that I can get them out of there.
Right.
And I don't know if that's going to take a toll turn or you want me to say what the next thing I want to do is, but that's the main thing, is opening up that bag.
Alrighty, do we end up getting 2 different votes for inspiration going at the same time?
So I get 2?
No, well, there was one I think that was
works?
done.
It was an accident. The
I
one
think
that
Sass
won
made a
was
mistake.
the poll. The
Sass
Twitch
posted
poll.
it after it expired.
Okay, that's fine. Anyway, it was enough and it definitely carried. So guess what?
Yay.
You got inspiration. Bing!
Yay!
There you go. Inspiration point.
Awesome.
You did it.
Thank you.
No,
For the
you
most
did it.
ridiculous
we did
decision I've ever heard work out so well.
it. Okay.
Pretty happy with that one.
All right. So
It's
yeah,
very
tell me
wordy.
once again what you're thinking of doing.
Okay, so I want to grab my dagger and I want to cut the top of I'm assuming it's like a bag, like that's kind of knotted up at the top.
Yep,
wanna
it's
be able
basically
to
got a little bit of
cut
rope
that
tied
open.
around it. So
Yeah.
yeah, you just
Yeah, so
slash
I wanna-
straight through it.
Okay. And then do I have more action I can do, or
That
is
would
that
be
it
your
for my
that would be
turn?
your physical action.
That's
You could
fine.
still do a move if you wanted to do something movement-wise,
Okay.
but that would be an
Then
action.
at that point, I am going to jump out of the cart to slow it down so that it doesn't like crash. I want
kind of
them
like
to be able to get
Jump
out.
down and use your feet as brakes.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Correct.
Okay. In the bag is a small child, probably about 4 years old, with his hands tied and a gag.
Oh, what?
Just the one. She didn't want to be greedy. Take too many children. And besides, a small child goes a long way when you're putting just a small amount in a pie.
Microdosing
And if
children.
you store too many of them, they spoil.
They spoil too fast.
Children do spoil really fast.
All right. Okay.
Like avocados, you don't want
So, with the distance that you've gained and stuff like that, basically, it's about 2 rounds before she will catch up to you.
that.
So, just so you've got that in, you got 2
Thank
rounds
you.
to choose what you want to do.
Okay.
Hags and Seth. We really have split the party today, haven't
Yeah.
This is really bad.
Yep.
Gemma did say she was gonna grab the handle and shut the door after.
we? Okay.
we-
All right. So, yep, that was Gemma's action. So you're gonna grab and slam. And
Now we just save the place
Octavius,
catches
I'm
fire.
assuming you are continuing down the stairs.
I am indeed.
Then I'm going to move you to... Hold on a second.
Trying to get in just the right position.
Alright, so you would be here. And the other stairwell is over here. Trip, I'm assuming you are lowering
Yeah, I
Boy
would
down.
have lowered
That would
Boy
actually
down,
have done that last turn. So
Yeah, yeah.
what do you want to do? You want to
I
go
was
down
probably
out the
looking
window,
up-
or are you
Yeah, I
planning
was probably
to
looking
climb in?
up to I was looking up to see like Octavius next, and then
Yeah,
he's just not
Octavius
there.
has vanished. He's not
Gone.
coming out.
And then I'm just like, oh. And then I go inside.
Okay, but I mean, you'll see Octavius come charging
yeah.
in no time, kind of charging down to here anyway. So you want to go inside with Octavius?
Yeah, I'm gonna see him there. I'm just gonna be like, all right, like on your cue, basically. I'm jumping in.
Okay,
I'll
so
draw
like
a
once
sword.
he gets level with you, you're going to drop down and... It's the Mildwood boys!
All right, so you come in with me.
Yeah, like you're gonna see me kind of perch in the window and see you like running. I'm gonna
Yeah.
smile.
In other words, I
kind of
think
proud of
as
your
you run
bravery
down
for a
the
minute
stairs,
and
I
be
think he's going to like drop down with you.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So,
I'm gonna join the charge.
Yes,
On
let's
your
get
honor
work.
cue.
Well, not charge. Not charge. Positioning.
join the sneak.
We wait. We wait. You see what this is? It's a snake, and it sits and it waits and it watches until just the right time. Strike with no remorse.
Remorseless, but I'll see if you help me
Okie
out.
dokie.
Yeah, of
All right,
course.
well, we know what you guys are doing then.
Come on, bud.
All right, Douglas. You got
Yes.
2 rounds before the hag sister gets to you.
All right,
Mother hag.
I'm going to cut the bind on him
Okay.
and take off his gag
Mm-hmm.
and hand him one of my daggers and just tell him go run as fast as you can, and then
Why you fools?
throw
Okay.
him.
He will do exactly that. Flee in terror from the situation, charging down the road, and away he
Perfect.
goes as fast as his
He goes.
4-year-old little legs will carry.
Perfect.
And Mother Hag continues to lumber her way down the hill towards you.
Post up.
I would say
Post up.
handing him the dagger. I would let that count as a move as much as it would be an action.
Okay.
Little, because I know kind of I
Nitpicky.
visualize
Yeah, I
what's
don't know
kind of
what that
happening.
stuff-
It's kind of like a quick grab here, run.
Yep.
So if you wanted to shoot an arrow, I would allow you to do that as well. If you
Okay.
wanted to, I'm not
Then I-
trying to say you should, but
I absolutely will.
You
if I'm
should.
allowed,
You should.
then
You
yes.
should.
Absolutely shoot an arrow.
You should.
Yeah, I got it, guys. Don't worry.
okay. Unfortunately, it whistles past her.
Do you still have bardic inspiration? No, you used
use
it.
it.
I used it.
Yeah,
for
you
the
used
epic
it.
cart
Yes,
surfing.
Yes, of
have
course.
Regular inspiration.
He
I
does
do-
have regular.
I
Which
do.
is an
That's not, I think, what I want to use
Yeah.
it
I agree.
for, though.
Yeah, maybe hold off.
Use
on
it for something more epic.
Seeing if I've
Yeah.
got...
Okay.
Hold on.
Like surfing down a cart.
Or
you
passing
know,
a child down a window.
Yeah. Something super epic.
Well, I did that already.
Child handling. That should be a skill.
Yeah,
Yes.
that should be animal handling.
Child
Child
handling.
handling. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Then we'll go to the other two snakes.
children.
So here's the fun. Her move. She's casting a little spell. Or actually, it's not a spell, it's an ability. But old Bella doesn't quite look like she did before. She's not there, incidentally. I'm just moving maps, so don't panic, guys.
Oh.
I didn't just drop her on the stairs. Okay, Bella. Bella. And let's move you over. And you know what? I can do this
The
easier.
smell of a sweaty hag.
Let me do this a little easier. By doing this.
Like an untreated pool that's been left destitute.
Alrighty. Okay, so Seth and Gemma, you will be suddenly aware that one of them just materialized behind you. However, she doesn't look like a middle-aged old woman anymore. She looks absolutely hideous.
Yep, we're in it now.
Yas queen.
The other one
Wow.
is charging the door and attempting to yank it open once again. If you wish to resist it, go ahead. If not, the door is opening.
I mean, honestly, sensing this thing behind me, I probably would not grab the door again and turn around, just kind of in a panic.
Okay. In that case, then the door will fling open. And that would be an action. So, yeah, you will hear the door get flung open behind you, and then you'll hear, which is also kind of echoed from the other hag that is kind of across and in front of you. You are now sandwiched between two night hags.
Lovely lady.
Hell yeah.
Delicious. Okay, before we do anything else, let's go down. So we're going to follow this all the way down. So Seth, it is your turn. What do you want to do?
Well, I'm going to activate an ability that I've never used before. I'm going to dig deep into my inner core and give myself resistance to various forms of damage for a minute.
Okay, so that gives you resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing for 1 minute.
And then as my
But at the end of that, you know you get a level of exhaustion, right?
Yeah, but I'm panicking right now. I am being sandwiched by two lovely ladies. I feel I would be digging deep into my
Okay.
fighter
And
spirits.
then what you want to do?
I'm going to move to this lady and punch her in the face if I can.
You may certainly attempt such a thing, sir.
Yeah.
And the punch is a huge
Oh,
whip.
no.
Whoosh. Uh-oh.
Okay, can I use portent since I can see him?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you use portents, because if not, you know what that is.
It's the 20.
Do
Yes!
it! Do it! Do it!
Yeah.
Yes.
Woo!
So you're going to give him the 20?
Yeah. take the
All right.
Ask
Well,
me
in
one
that
more
case,
time,
that
someone.
will land a blow, and potentially it's a crit too. So,
Well, it
is a
is a crit.
It
It's
is,
not
yeah.
revived.
so roll the damage dice twice.
Nice.
2d6 plus 4. Thank you. Dice. Okay,
Much
for
better.
12.
Yay.
Alrighty.
Okay.
She also has resistance
19.
to that. So, all right.
12 on a crit.
Is that your only pit? Yeah,
I mean,
he only
you-
does 1d6 damage with his punch.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
we gotta
all
we gotta
that.
get you leveled up here, bud.
But the idea is I can punch multiple
Ren
times if I
Ren!
use my bonus, which I
Thank
have
you,
to use
cheer,
for 15,
bud.
so.
Sure.
Much appreciated it.
It's a slightly weaker
800
turn.
points of cheer. Very kind.
Yeah, so that's all I can do. I mean, I use my move, I use my action, and I use my bonus.
Okay.
That's it.
Octavius. Excelente. So, I'm going to move you two.
Yeah, show us where we actually are here.
I'm going to put Trip, because I know he's going to be coming down with you.
Okay. Can you also still breathe fire?
Yeah, that's also an action.
Okay, I was wondering.
Right. There you two guys are, coming down the hill.
Okay.
Well, coming down the hill, coming down the stairs.
We'll kind of
Couple
sneak
of
around
rowdy
the corner
ruffles,
here. And then, so when I come around the corner, what do I see here?
Okay, so you will see an open door. This hideous night hag standing there. Looks like she's poised, ready to go through the door.
Okay. I am. Oh, so it's not open.
The door is
It is.
open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Then,
she
I'm gonna
she
get-
like got the door open, and now it looks like
I'm
she's
going to
about to go through.
continue running to the other side, and get behind her, and pull my rapier out and
Give her a
go
poke.
for it. Yeah,
All right, go for it.
that's what I'm going to attempt to do here, at least.
You d- so yeah, use your movement to get behind her. That is not enough.
Oh, I was. Oh, dang it. Okay.
Unless you got something else you want to do.
I was going to use. I have not used my bardic inspiration yet,
Yes.
and I was going to before.
If
16.
you wish, by all means, because I
promise-
should have asked you if you wanted to use
I
it beforehand.
promise I was going to use it first.
Hey, it's my mistake. I should have. I forgot you had it. I should have asked you if you wanted to use it before I told you that it wasn't going to hit. So
All good. I was going to use it.
now
anyways.
it does.
Okay. Because I knew it was a 17. So I was
Fable
gonna use
42.
it
Thanks for the
anyway.
raid.
Thank you
Welcome,
for the
guys.
raid. Welcome.
Oh,
hello.
Figure about
We're
it.
Excellent.
great
Thank you
today.
so much. Yeah, we're We're gonna be out of stuff.
Hello.
Alrighty. Yeah. So you will hit.
Okay, so I'll erase that. I also get my 1d6 of radiant damage.
Yep.
Added. So that is radiant.
Okie dokie. And I've added that. All right, you dive in behind her and give her a slash with the rapier. She kind of like spins around and like hisses at you almost like a cat.
And I'll kind of whip it and put the point of it right in her face. I warned you, old lady. Because I did. You
absolutely did.
All right, Gemma, what do you want to do? So Uncle Seth is squaring off against this hag, and through the door, you're aware that Brother Octavius is tied into it with the second hag.
Yes.
Decisions. This is how you guys find out who does Gemma love the most.
Well, I definitely swing around to where Octavius is.
Right.
And as that hag turns her back on me, I send 3 magic missiles of purple energy towards her.
Okay. Let her have it. Oh my good gosh.
Oy.
9.
There's 9.
Okay.
Oh, we're all fucked.
9.
Alrighty. Trip. You are the last on the list. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I don't have much for fighting these guys. It's gonna be much of a useful thing. I also have apparently dying people around me. Man. It's probably best for me to just run up at this point and also help. I'm gonna have sword and shield in hand and take a swing.
All right, go for it.
Mixing it up.
Get in there and tie it up with her.
And this way, also, I can see what's going on outside a little better, and I can maybe heal people if I need to. I'm gonna use this one because it's the best one for me. Is that a slap? No, it's not a slap.
Just
not
missed.
quite, I'm afraid. All right.
So close.
Octavius.
Yes.
I'm gonna let you make a dice roll.
Okay.
That's saving throw.
Immediately.
So
there was another one.
Give me. So this is really going to be kind of you calling on your knowledge of iffy shit, basically.
Yeah.
Which really, I guess, is.
They're all kind of be the same, mostly, whichever one you do.
Well, yeah, it's going to be an intelligence base either way. So make it a history roll.
Okay. Yeah, they're all.
History. We'll call it history.
Well, my history is actually okay because my history I have in this, so that's I like that. Okay, here we go. Oh.
Alrighty. Then you really don't recall much about these things, to be honest.
My adrenaline's pumping right now, so I'm.
Yeah. There we go. All right. Well. I can tell you this combat isn't going to end anytime soon. And I can tell you that this is probably a nice, neat, and tidy spot to stop it here. 10:30 is our normal cutoff time, and I know, unless you guys all have the ability and want to go longer, but I also know that some of you have other commitments, so I think we're going to go ahead and save it here.
Put a pin in it.
Yeah, we're going to stick a pin in it and let everybody wait and see what happens next time on A Relative Curse of Strahd.
We are so
We're going to die.
Yeah, but... Here. Just get that measure. Dagnabbit. Well, time for a beer. Glug, 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 glug. Oh, hello there. It's me, Christy, your D&D dad. I'm here to do all the things that a good D&D dad should do, like mow the lawn,
fix some shit, drink a beer, and of course, roll lots of 20s. And if you like all this, can you pan?
Sorry, Dad. Sorry. Yeah, you look good. Yeah.
You should check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Christastics. And if you like D&D content, check out my podcast, New Crits on the Block. Anyway, I love you, my children.
If you're seeing this, that means that I'm back to playing Mondays on How Reroll. My handle is Satchmo on all platforms, and if you follow me, then maybe I can...
We've been trying to reach you concerning your car's extended warranty.
Nothing. Hi, is this my local zoologist? Yes, I'll hold. Hi, local zoologist. Yes, my name is Jane Ivana, and I'm looking for a snake that has a stinger. Yes. I'll hold. You don't have any? Alright, well, if you could look into it, you can contact me on Twitter at Jane on Twitch, that's with a 0. Anytime. Yeah, or you could catch me on my Twitch streams. I stream like once a week on twitch.tv/JaneIvana. Alright, I'll hold. Okay, thank you. Goodbye, local zoologist.
Hey everyone, it's the Snuggler. This year, Jane asked us to go quick on our outros, so I promise I'll go as fast as possible. You're just gonna put all my information on text on the screen, aren't you? Son of a...
Hey, twitch.tv/Shagget here, and I'm trapped in Barovia. I'm hiding in a dingy basement with some art, dingy basement, nothing like what you usually see on my webcam when I do streams on How We Roll. And I'm not hiding from Strahd, believe it or not. He's a pushy Dracula knockoff. He doesn't scare me, I'm not afraid of him. I'm actually hiding from Gorebad, my dungeon master. He's out to kill me. I think finally surviving in 10 campaigns in Arconis throughout his stories, he snapped because of it. And because of that, he's out to really kill me this time. Contact me at @neb_convos on Twitter, please. Your support will help keep me alive, keep me on the run, keep my hope alive. I really need to see what happens to Radovan, Emlyn, and Alekma, and all my other characters that I've played. I really need to see what happens to them. I'm very curious. Oh shit, I messed up. I really messed up. I think he heard me. He's coming. See ya!
Hi there, I'm Gorebad, and thank you for watching How We Roll. If you'd like to keep up with us when we're not live on Twitch, you can check out our other forms of social media. Follow us on Twitter, @HowWeRoll. You can also follow our Facebook page. You can find the website at www.howweroll.com, and you can also find us on YouTube at, you've guessed it, How We Roll, for an absolute ton of additional content. Also, you can follow the dmblog.com for some DM tips, world building guides, and all things D&D related. Cheers, guys. That was a long walk. Okay, they said Shagget was somewhere here, and the door to where he's hiding was a blue door. So we gotta find a blue door, blue door, blue door, blue door. You're mine now, Shagget.